Welcome to Mass Halcyon High, Making the Grade, our first session. So we've got quite a few heroes here, and we're going to go through introductions. Actually, before those introductions, we're going to talk a little bit about the setting. So, Halcyon City is the single greatest confluence of superheroic, metahuman, supernatural, and impossible activity in the entire world. For years, scientists and historians have tried to determine the causal relationship between the city and the superpowered madness that goes on there. There's the obvious. New heroes and supervillains come to Halcyon because it's where the action is. But why is Halcyon always a target of alien invasions, of paranormal transdimensional transpositions, of apocalyptic events and eldritch monstrosities and whatever else you can think of? No one's ever found a definitive answer, and most people in the city don't worry too much about the why. The city just is what it is. Some cities deal with constant cloud cover or terrible weather. Halcyon has super people, monsters, time travel, sorcerers, and whatever else. The city's never ended so far, and the superheroes generally have a pretty good handle on things. Life goes on. So I'm going to put one of you guys on the spot. Mia, you've got a student assembly speech draft that you need to read out to everybody.
All right.
You'll be the only one who can see it in journal.
Oh, I wondered about that. Okay. So, fellow students assembled here today at Halcyon High School for Heroic Youth. We are products of a proud but complicated legacy stretching back to the 1920s. We have proven ourselves to be a generation of greater hope and greater skepticism, somehow, than the previous three. We are aware of both the triumphs and the failings of those who came before us. We see the gold generation's nobility and all too easy oversight, silver generation's power, success, and domineering attitudes, the bronze generation's frustration and search for new alternatives, and ultimate failure to change anything significantly. And who we want to be and what we can do. The world awaits with trepidation and excitement to see what we will finally become.
Awesome. Your mic went out just a little bit, but the part that was missed on the mic was all of that history weighs on us, and it certainly does. So we are a collection of young heroes. We're still trying to figure ourselves out, figure our powers out, and figure our place in society at large. So before we get into the adventure proper, we're going to go into introductions for each of us. First up, the Bull, Megaton. Oh boy, we're gonna have. I'll go ahead and turn the music down for you.
Oh, there we go. I think I got it to work now.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, it's doing weird things with my computer. Okay. Sorry, I gotta figure out how to get back. There we go. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. It's being grumpy. So Megaton, her name is Adria. She started at a young age doing martial arts because of her parents kind of being annoyed with her massive amounts of energy. At a certain point, she broke her arm and was diagnosed with cancer. That got pretty bad before she was shipped off for an experimental treatment, which was not actually a treatment for cancer, but was a treatment to make her body, her cells more dense. And so she gained in weight and toughness, and she's just really quite the badass now. She's still only about 5 feet tall, but she was changed.
Yep. All right, let's go through the backstory part. That you answered some of these already, but the ones that are left.
Oh, so as far after she escaped, she found a lovely person named Katrina, who has basically taken care of her ever since and has kind of guided her and helped her stay under the radar, away from Ava, the group that changed her, or the person that changed her. She doesn't really know. So as of right now, the only reason why she's wanting to be a hero or trying to be a hero is because Katrina has asked her to give it a try. and she's really dedicated to the few people that, have protected her or shown interest in her. As of right now, she cares about the team only because she's trying to give it a shot.
All right, good to know. And your relationships?
So Misfit has become a buddy of hers, where she's actually shared her secrets to him. So that would be her love, at least, her one friendship that she's made so far. She's opened up to them about, her history and her past with the treatments and the group and everything. Her rival would be Kid Olympus. They got into quite a disagreement because the bull has a bit of a temper, and when she gets mad, she cries and she becomes a bit of a emotional mess. And Kid Olympus not only stopped her from doing something that she wanted because there could be collateral damage, but he saw that emotional side of her, and she didn't like that so much.
Yeah, she wears goggles now. And he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't let anyone know that he saw her cry. So it's kind of like their little secret.
Absolutely.
All right, so with influence, looks like both Misfit and I have influence over you. So,
Yep.
Misfit, make sure to mark that.
All right.
And I heard a question. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing.
Oh, someone said so and then cut out. All right, no worries. We will move on. So next up is the Nova, Void Royal.
Hello everyone. Let's see. I originally came from not Halcyon City or anything like that. I grew up in a foreign country, Israel, specifically the city of Tel Aviv, and I transferred into this high school in the middle of the freshman year. Let's see. I only woke to my powers shortly there before, and that happened when well, let's just put it this way. I was playing music at home and may have crushed my house. I'm fine. No one else was there. They had to deal with it. Anyhow, I'm here now. I got sent here to try and figure out my powers better. And yeah.
So who's the first person you accidentally hurt with your powers?
Accidentally? Well, it was Patrick, actually. After coming to Halcyon, I was asked to room with him, and we were doing athletics training in the gym, and I put way too much weight on something and kind of crushed him a bit. Obviously he's fine, you know.
Yep.
See, he's fine, but I crushed him a bit. So he's the first one. And as for the person I hang out all the time with to blow off steam, it's none other than my boy over here, Misfit. We jam out all the time. We're in a band together.
Yeah. I just want to backtrack just sorry, finish your thought.
I was just going to say I play bass.
Nice. I just want to backtrack a little bit back to the questions in your backstory, though. Who outside the team helps you control your powers?
Definitely the teachers. I have a...
Probably Coach Overrule.
Overrule has definitely stepped in when I was getting a little too out of control.
Oh, he's got his eye on you. He's making sure that you stay on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, I know that too much. Come on. You don't have to remind me.
And why do you continue to use your powers?
Well, I have a duty to make sure that I, myself, don't hurt people who shouldn't be hurt. I mean, most notably my family. Obviously, I'm very thankful that my family wasn't home in
Yeah.
the accident. My little sister and brother would have been really badly hurt, and my parents would have been really badly hurt. So I'm glad that they weren't around. And as a sort of larger, broader goal, I think that if I'm able to control my powers better, that when I need to go off to do my service for my country, I will be able to do so better.
That's true. And last part of your backstory, why do you care about the team?
Well, you guys are all like me, and at least in the regard of, learning about your powers, learning to control your various things, and I think that you all have varying capabilities to help others, and I think that what we do is a good thing, even if we may look a little silly while doing so.
Yeah, speak for yourself. So, influence, happy facade or lockdown?
Lockdown. Definitely
Alright. So, who do you give influence to?
lockdown. I give influence to Misfit.
All right, cool. That was Arnova. Next up is Arjanis.
All right. So, I know I love the song. So, this is Mia Rodriguez. Mia's parents are Puerto Rican immigrants. So parents are very strict. They do have powers, but they're kind of like small powers. So they think being a superhero is kind of like being an art student these days. There's no real, there's nothing to do with it. You can't help people. You can't make any money off of it. So they really do want her to become something else, something more like a doctor or a lawyer. So she did manage to finagle them into letting her go to Halcyon High. And according to the student body, she is contortiona, meaning that she can kind of contort her body into these really weird positions and things like that. But the team does know her as La Cucaracha. She is like the cockroach queen. She loves her little bug babies. She can work with some other insects, but it's really all about the cockroaches for her.
Sounds good. Oh man, we might have to have a nemesis wolf spider. All right, so that answers some of the questions already in your backstory, but who outside of the team knows about your dual identity?
So Mia does have two younger siblings. They're twins, a little boy and a little girl, so a younger brother and sister, and they are the only two people that know. They think it's the coolest thing, but they also understand why she has to keep it a secret.
Okay. Can I add something here? I want one other student to know, but no one on the team. And I kind of want to do a GM on that. So there is one student that knows your secret, and we'll get into that later. And
Okay, so I don't decide right now.
Yeah. Well, you'll find out who it is.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
scary.
Who thinks the worst of your masked identity?
Mia's friends definitely do. Of course, they don't know that she is La Cucaracha, but they think it's gross because, who plays with roaches? Literally the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. Ew.
And why do you care about the team?
Care about the team because Mia feels like that's her only chance to kind of be herself and really get to know. That's her only. That's her only chance to really be herself and explore her powers. And so the other heroes are all right, but she really does it, or she really cares about the team because she feels like it's her only chance to really be who she thinks she truly is.
All right, sounds good. What about your relationships?
Relationships. So for the first one, Patchwork knew me from my civilian life first because he was a jock. We kind of hung out in the same circles. We knew the same kind of people. And for the second one, I think I refused to tell Shiloh my secret identity when they asked. Shiloh
She's nosy.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So they conspiracy theorists have a way of connecting really strange dots. So of course, whenever like La Cucaracha is asked, she's like, "No, are you serious? What a crazy."
Hey, the truth is out there.
Oh, that reminds me. Gosh, I should have pulled the X-Files music for your theme song as well. We'll do that next time.
Oh, absolutely.
Sam.
Influence.
So you look up to your two mates. Two of them have influence. One of them is Kid Olympus. La Cucaracha definitely thinks that Kid Olympus has it all figured out. Like, how cool is it to have two superhero parents that think that it's a good thing to do? Because, of course, that's what she knows. So Kid Olympus is definitely one. I would say the other one would probably be, I'm going to say Shiloh, because they do probably seem to have it figured out, and also she kind of feels like they know their secret, and she just doesn't want that rumor to get started.
Yeah, she's keeping an eye on Shiloh. Just
exactly, just in case you have to watch out for that.
Yeah,
it's either they're gonna accidentally like expose somebody, or they're gonna set something on fire.
That's true.
Exactly, you have to watch out for that.
All right, next up is our doomed.
All right. This fit is this fit's kind of cursed. From a very, very young age, he was interested in the occult and anything kind of counterculture. He was sort of a social outcast. So he found this copy of the Necronomicon that was actually cursed with real demonic magic and has had an evil power ever since. He ran away from home as a kid and fell in with a bunch of street-level monster hunters. So they sort of taught him how to hone his powers and control them a little bit better. And now he's kind of trying his hand as a more experienced user of his powers at being a superhero on a larger level. So he's enrolled in this high school, hoping to help out instead of destroy and break things with his power.
So I tell people you shouldn't read things. Like, it just goes poorly.
Yeah, just imagine him, instead of reading a cereal box, he's reading Necronomicon at breakfast over cereal.
Like, do you have to have that on the table?
I'm sure my
looking
parents
at me.
would like it. Yeah.
All right, so let's go through your backstory, the stuff that you didn't already answer.
Absolutely. So when I first learned of my doom was, okay, I already explained that. Where did you get your sanctuary? It's sort of a pocket dimension I discovered while looking for my nemesis, the demon that gave me my powers. So it's just a little area I can retreat to with my dark energy. Why do I oppose my nemesis? When I was trying to hunt it down, I discovered that it wants to harvest humanity and siphon humanity's life force into its own power.
I do want to mention that we, the characters, don't know this, but just as players, we've got this information. Or not all of us do.
Right, I surely wouldn't have confided in everyone, because I feel like some of you would certainly look at me as a liability if you knew where I got my powers from.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that will come out at some point, which would be awesome. Who outside the team is crucial to defeating your nemesis? Sort of anybody with an expert in demonology, like anyone who knows about the occult or locating demons or destroying them. Why does the team matter to you? I'm kind of looking for my family in this world. I think I have a lot of attachment issues since my real family didn't accept me for my powers, so that's why I ran away. So I've sort of gone from group to group, and I'm really kind of hoping to overcome that personal hurdle here and find some superhero allies and friends that I can come to consider as family.
That's cool. All right, relationships.
You told someone about the doom and danger you're in. I chose Void Royal. I think that the band has it now involves a lot of the students, but we started it together, I believe, and so I think that they're one of my closest friends, so I think I would have confided in them about the danger. And then you'd love to kiss someone before your doom comes. As Megaton described, she sort of has confided in me about some of her personal stuff, and we've sort of developed a close relationship. So I think whether or not that's a fully romantic thing right now, I think she's the one that I'd like to kiss before my doom comes.
Nice. All right, influence.
So for my influence, I have to choose two people who are who matter for what I need to do. So they're people who Misfit thinks can help me fight the demon. So I've chosen Kid Olympus. I think with his kind of holy, his like God-given powers, literally, can help me with that. And then also Void Royal. I think that his power is great enough to kind of help me fight that demon.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, speaking of Kid Olympus. Sup, bros? It's Dionysus Tan, aka Kid Olympus, aka Kid O, aka KO. I'm the son of the Spartan and Jade Tiger, and I take my family's legacy very seriously. Like, really seriously. I was blessed by the Olympian gods with mythic might, legendary speed, and the bracer of Hephaestus, which is pretty much a magical Swiss Army knife. While I was born super strong, I didn't gain other powers in my legacy until the summer before sophomore year. The greatest accomplishment of my legacy was when the Spartan and Jade Tiger prevented the Axis powers from a parallel Earth from conquering Halcyon City. How uncool would that have been? They're two of the most popular heroes in the world, though. Popularity kind of took a hit when my parents divorced. My mom is officially retired, but she still helps out unofficially whenever things get really hectic in the city. As a part of my legacy, there's never been any other path open to me. This is who I was born to be. I have purpose, direction, and the power to make a real difference. I dig this team and the band, and every good team needs a tank, and protecting the weak makes me feel good. Unfortunately, I once got caught with Patrick Behemoth before he was known as that, bullying some other students. Yeah. Not a proud moment of mine, and my parents had to meet with Principal Alexander, and they all made it clear how much I'd changed my legacy. I started to pull away from Patrick around then, and he'd been my best friend. It's a long story. We were once roommates, but I requested a transfer. My new roommate, Tuck, he's alright. He's one of the few students allowed to have a pet. His monkey's name is Roll, who is pretty dope and thankfully house-trained. I was feeling really down one day and told Tuck some stuff about my legacy that I'm not really ready to share with the rest of you just yet. He's kept the secret, and I'm glad I have someone I can trust. I know it may not always seem like it, but I do care what others think of me. All of you have influence.
Nice.
And that is Kid Olympus. Next up is the Transformed.
So, yeah. Formerly Behemoth, Patrick Woods was a D-tier hero and best friend to Kid Olympus. He was a D-tier hero. He had some super strength, couldn't lift more than a few tons, but otherwise, he just tried to get in with popular kids. He was a jock, like the classic jock. He was not a good person before he was transformed. He was a bit of a bully. Like he said, him and Kid Olympus got caught once or twice not being very nice to other kids. But after a while, to try to strike at Kid Olympus, he was kidnapped by a supervillain, and I came up with this just a few minutes ago, so call me out if you don't want it. He was kidnapped by a scientist called Dr. Typhoon. And Dr. Typhoon, wanting to prove that science and magic could be mingled and that it could defeat any hero, transformed Behemoth into what he is now, taking body parts from the graves of long dead demigods and heroes, and fusing them with Patrick's body. He is now Patrick Behemoth, a congregation of many different body parts and an atomic heart to make him into the beast he is now.
I like it. So, parts of the backstory that you haven't answered already.
Okay, so who were I before? I was Patrick Woods, a D-tier hero. We needed change. It was actually maybe half a year ago. It hasn't been that long since he's been transformed. And what caused it? Dr. Typhoon. Who outside the team is helping you understand your new body? Similarly to Void Royal, Overrule is helping Patrick, because even before he was changed, he looked up to Overrule because he's a jock and it was the gym teacher.
Yeah, we should mention that because I think you were the one who actually came up with Coach Overrule. He is the gym teacher, and his power is the ability to nullify superpowers. So very helpful in a school full of hormonal teens.
Yeah, for sure. Why don't you just hide yourself away? Because he doesn't see that as an option. If he tries to hide away, Dr. Typhon will just come after him to finish the process, finish brainwashing him, so that's not an option. And what he sees as the only option going forward is to try to become a hero, not be seen as a monster. And why I care about the team? Well, part of it is I'm in a band with Misfit and Tuck, Void Royal, and I play the saxophone. He can't play as well now with his giganto hands, but he tries. But other than that, he feels massive guilt on how he treated people like Tuck before. Because before everything, Tuck still looked up to Kid Olympus, and him and Kid Olympus snubbed Tuck a lot. So he feels massive guilt about how he treated Tuck before his transformation. So he kind of feels like he wants to protect Tuck now. And he feels that everybody here at least sees him for what he is. They don't just see him as a monster. And that's a good enough reason for him to care about the team.
I like it. So your relationships.
Misfit is helping a lot of people here, but Misfit comforted me when I was at my lowest. He knows what it's like to be ostracized and changed. We both have semi-dark histories with our powers, so he understood and comforted Patrick when he was at his lowest. And the person who knew him the best before he was changed was Kid Olympus.
Yep.
And my one influence I'm giving out is to Tuck. Because while he can shut out the voices of most of the other people when he wants to, Tuck is the one person he feels too much guilt that whenever they say something to him, it either means a lot or it stings.
I like that. All right. Next up is our protege, Roswell.
Oh shoot, that's me. Essentially, Shiloh's story is that Shiloh is certainly something. Essentially, long story short, their mom happened to get a new job here as a in Halcyon City, because you know what? This is a city that is in shortage of reporters. This is a city that does not have a shortage of news, and so they've recently made the move. And them and their other triplet siblings, they are the middle triplets. They essentially have always felt like they've always been outshined by their siblings. They've never really felt special. So that summer, when they were able to take an internship by the great Professor Portsmouth, also known as a superhero from the Silver Generation, correct? Yes. Essentially, they were able to sort of undertake that and sort of satisfy their curiosity of what exactly makes superheroes super. And, in chasing and curiosity, they may or may not have, possibly created possibly, one would say, improved upon one of their mentors' older inventions, and may or may not have blown up their garage and sent them into a coma for about 3 weeks. But, that's here nor there. But, eventually things all work out in the best, because they've been studying superheroes and the science behind them, ever since they could really understand how exactly a superhero was different from a human. And now, what better test subject to have than yourself? And in this case, after my mentor, has led me down to this role, led me down this path. At this point, I am absolutely in, and they've sort of taken me under their wing, despite my more chaotic nature as opposed to her reserved and stoic nature.
All right, sounds good. You answered all of the backstory except for the very last question. Why do you care about the team?
I suppose this would be because, despite having family who cared about me, who cares about, where I am, at this point, being in a superhero school, I sort of came in a bit late due to being in. So when it came time for dorms and everything, I sort of some would say I looked out, others would say I missed out on sort of being able to have that chance to choose my roommate. Now I'm basically in a 2-person dorm, stuck alone. But essentially now, even despite the fact that I came in late, even despite the fact that, everyone had already formed their own clique and such, this group has sort of accepted me, despite having little to no experience, despite being more mundane than, other. But despite that, it's sort of being able to find that new group, find that newfound family, and not only that, but I've got test subjects who also happen to be superheroes, and that is really lit.
Dun dun dun.
Terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, actually, I have to step away for just 1 second, but keep going. Go through your relationships and your influence, and I'll be right back.
Sure thing. Alright, well, I'm gonna say Void Royal and I teamed up, but not in the classic, superhero type, but more so, we have together, and our teacher is just really fond of group projects, and it kind of sucks, but at the same time, at least I have a good friend, to mess around in physics class with. And actually, for the second one, before the session, I sort of want to keep this as much of a surprise it is to myself as it is to others, but I sort of assigned a generator to each one of our teammates, and I'm going to see who my mentor wants me to keep an eye on, and that would be none other than Kid Olympus himself. Tommy, I don't know if you heard that, but my mentor wants me to keep an eye on you.
Oh, okay.
And aside from that, my demeanor just so happens to be very, very playful. So in that case, I'm gonna give influence to. I'm gonna give one to Void Royal and the other one to La Cucaracha. Void Royal, just because they probably were the first person that I just so happened to have this connection with over science, at least in the school. And La Cucaracha, I just really want to know what the hell is the deal. Cockroaches are super cool. I absolutely do believe that one day they will overtake the human species.
All right. Good stuff here. Lots of potential. And last but not least, we've got our beacon, our unpowered hero.
Alright guys, I am Tuck. Here you'll see my monkey roll, and I am just stoked to be here. A little bit about me. I used to work under the Big Top circus life, doing acrobatics and whatnot here with my main man Tuck, Roll. And once upon a time we realized we didn't want to do that anymore. The ringmaster was the head of the circus, not a very chill dude, and, well, we bounced. Never knew my parents, grew up just under the Big Top being raised by various carnies, and, well, costumes just sort of came naturally to me, and what's better than saving people? So, there's plenty of people who think I shouldn't be doing this, the ringmaster being one of them, but it hasn't stopped me so far, and I don't think much is going to. Just can't imagine doing anything else than trying to save people. Now, as far as who I get on with, Kid Olympus is... Well, I mean, have you seen the dude? And his parents and all the things they've done? Like, just go back and look at the Spartans' history, and, I mean, he's at least 10-0 in the wars. And then besides that, Cucaracha, I don't know how she does the stuff she does, but one of these days, I'm going to impress her and show up. Like, we'll manage it somehow. But all in all, I'm just really excited to be here. Kid Olympus and I get along well. He's got some influence over me. There's some with Patrick Behemoth, due to some lingering guilt that I've got that'll come up at some point, I'm sure. And, let me see, I think I have one more. Let me make sure I wrote that down right. Oh yeah, La Cucaracha, I already mentioned that one. Sorry, that is part my relationship and part my influence for that. So, as far as who has influence, it's KO, La Cucaracha, and Behemoth.
All right, nice. So now we get into the round robin portion of the intros. We're going to talk about how we first came together, first became a team, first defeated a dangerous enemy. So this is in a specific order that's listed with the GM sheet, so it's not alphabetical, it's just the order that I guess makes the most sense for the setting. And let's start up with Megatime.
Okay, so when our team first came together, we defeated a dangerous enemy. Who was it? It was a substitute teacher who taught physics. And turned out to be some sort of mad scientist who was actually trying to blow up the school. Either
Misproportion.
From a university. Sorry, say that again.
Misproportion.
Misproportion. Yes, Misproportion was trying to blow up our school, either for a supervillain that was. We're not quite certain whether it was a supervillain that tried to just eliminate, training superheroes, or if it was a rival school that had somehow, winged her in. But that's who it was, our substitute teacher.
Nice. All right, so next up, Void Royal. All right, GM Assistant, if you can read out...
You want me to read that?
Yeah.
Yeah, reading out right now that we fought in the science building, no less. So, science building at the school, and the second part of the question is, what do we destroy? Which... not unfrequented by explosion and destruction, so it took a little time to rebuild, but we definitely did some work to the science lab, an area of the school. I think that's what you're getting at. Let me know if there's anything else. Just waiting for him to finish typing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, unfortunately, the fume hoods and gas lines in the chemistry lab have yet to be replaced since that fight. So there's still some lingering issues, or remnants of our battle.
Sounds like that may have been done on purpose by someone not happy with the class. Alright, next up, La Cucaracha.
Right, so we saved the life of someone important. I'm gonna say that was Dr. Gruel, the physics professor, because he was clearly tied up in the closet by this mysterious substitute teacher. So yeah, I mean, they're important because they are like the most important physics teacher in Halcyon City, so we absolutely had to save him.
Alright, by the way, guys, do me a favor after this adventure. There is a document that Void had suggested that we do where it's kind of our group canon. So as you come up with these details, just kind of put them into that document just so that we've got these little details in there. These are great.
Sure thing.
Alright, so next up, Misfit, when our team first came together.
We paid a high cost for victory. What was it? I think that there was enough damage to our chemicals and our science department materials, and that maybe the fight made its way outside and that we drew some media attention. So I think our science program overall has suffered, and maybe even the reputation of this school. The high cost is that we had some visibility, and so people know that we had some internal issues.
Alright, sounds good. So for Kid Olympus, bros, we actually took care of the villain before my dad got there. Oh, that was so cool. It was so great to see the look on his face. Sorry, Dad, we don't need your help. It's already taken care of. And the Spartan was very impressed. However, my mother was not. She was very pissed off that I wasn't going to be taking organic chemistry as a sophomore. Next up is Patchwork Behemoth.
We drew attention to ire plenty during the fight. One important person in particular now hates and fears us. Who is it? This will be more lighthearted, but the chemistry teacher. I'm trying to think of a name. Dr.
Gruel is the one they're using for the other, or was that physics specifically?
That's physics.
Sorry, my bad.
That's physics. Dr. Oh, I hate coming up with names on the spot. Dr. Imbalance.
Someone didn't do their homework before the first session. Dun dun dun. Making the grade. Brr. Getting docked.
Dr. Imbalance. He's the chemistry teacher in that part of the building. He really does not like our group anymore since we destroyed his chemistry lab. He doesn't want, in particular, the more destructive members of the group in there anymore.
Yeah. Maybe he had already warned the principal, Dr. Alexander. By the way, Alexander is the last name. It's a she. But had warned her about having some of the Megaton Patchwork Behemoth types in his class, and this whole incident just proved him right.
The unstable elements.
Ooh! That's not a bad name for a team or a band name, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have to keep that in mind. Alright, next up is Roswell.
I was just imagining a chemistry teacher saying that.
I mean, we could take it as our. I mean, it sounds pretty iconic, but that'll be up for debate at a later time, because when our team first came together, we decided to stick together after all was said and done. And why? Well, how do we keep in contact? Well, I'll tell you. You want to know? I was grieving because just so much potential was just absolutely just wasted and shattered, and those were a lot of really expensive chemicals. But despite all that, we did happen to save some people. I guess that's important. But I decided, these people seem pretty cool. I need to get some people in contact. I'm gonna add them all to a group chat, and so I did, and I messaged them until they became my friend, and now we're here.
Nice. I mean, maybe actually, you've got all this great tech. Maybe we all have watches now that are part of this group chat, and it just goes into our comm link. It's like we're special service agents or something, or special forces.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and last but not least, Tuck.
Yeah, when all was said and done and we were being forced to sort of clean up the science room, we found an old digital camera, and don't know who dropped it during the fight, but someone was taking pictures of the team.
Ooh, dun dun dun, I like it. So, by the way,
That's a good one.
oh, go ahead. I thought I heard somebody.
Just said that's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm thinking, what if this? Because I like Halcyon Steel as the team name, but the Unstable Elements, maybe that's our band name. Maybe that's when the chemistry teacher said, you're all just unstable elements, and then Misfit and Void look at each other and just say, we've got it.
Yeah, I'm down for that. It's
Yeah.
very punk rock.
I love it.
So now he's even more mad at you. He's like, unstable elements and roaches and all this stuff. Oh gosh, what a travesty for this school. The dignity beneath our dignity. All right, so those were our team introductions, and we're gonna go right into it. So yeah, Halcyon City is under attack. You hear Coach overrule over your comlinks. Multiple rifts have opened above the city, and transdimensional invaders are pouring through. The Spartan and Jade Tiger are leading the team at the biggest rift, but there is one opening right above you. Speaking of which, where is their son, Kid Olympus? I thought he was supposed to be with you. You know what? Never mind. Remember, you are hero reservists. Reservists. Your first priority is to get bystanders to safety and minimize collateral damage. You hear me, Patchwork? You hear me, Megaton? Engage the enemy as necessary, but fall back as soon as adult reinforcements arrive. And for crying out loud, kids, take these invaders seriously! And then there is some interference, and he cuts out.
Radio contact has been attempted but cannot be established. Instructions are to prepare for an attack by an unknown enemy.
This is where the fun begins.
Oh boy.
This is what you're into, right, Roswell?
Pardon me?
This is what you're into, right, Roswell?
Oh, absolutely.
Are those Nyan Cats?
Oh
The
my goodness.
transdimensional invaders are here!
I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna take a selfie.
These things are the size of fighter jets, and as Coach Overrule said, take them seriously. Add 2
Oh,
team
they
to team
takes me
pool,
glorious.
modified according to the handout. So check the handout, and we're going to see how many team points you guys have.
Well, first off is, do we have a team leader?
That's the question.
Or-
Do you guys?
This
I'm
sort
going to
of
throw this
seems
out.
like. Go ahead.
I was just going to throw this out there for the sake of moving things along. I think either Tuck or Shiloh would be good calls, just class-wise, RP-wise, open to a lot of different things. So, depending on how people are on it.
I mean, I
Like
would
Shiloh.
say... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Megaton would definitely not be, because she's just sitting there grumbling that they don't want us to just straight attack.
I mean, I would say that Shiloh is absolutely fascinated with these creatures and wants to engage with them as much as possible. But, it's sort of like does under time. These things are absolutely so freaking cool.
How about I get you one of their pelts?
That'd be awesome.
So this Tuck will step forward, and he's going to try and take a leadership role and just start going, all right, guys, form up.
All right. So, he has stepped up to be the leader, but...
Yeah, I
does
do not have influence over every teammate. I know that one for sure already.
Right. And I would say that you guys are probably a little off balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other question is, does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? And I mainly am going to go ahead and look at Behemoth and Megaton again and see if they're... I believe the rest of the team's focus is going to be saving bystanders.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's be honest with our character motivations here.
Yeah.
Misfit's probably actually more focused on the portals. I think he's like looking at them and trying to find out more about the portals themselves, the rifts, if you will. So I think that's his focus.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, honestly, if I were ruling this, I would say we're not entering with any extra team. Just
Okay.
based
Yeah.
off, we're a little off balance. We don't have everyone with the same purpose or leader with influence over everyone. So I think we're just gonna. I would say we just start with the basic one.
Agreed.
Okay. The transdimensional invaders, they are flying. They are destroying buildings. It looks like they're using waves of telekinetic force that is also their ability to fly. People are screaming, people are running. Some people are looking at them saying, wow, those are really cute, until they are just blasted back by the telekinesis of these very frightening, incredibly powerful transdimensional invaders. So, you guys should be able to drag your tokens to where you want them on the board, and you've got lots of frightened citizens that you need to help. And what do you guys do?
All right, so first things, Philo is just like sort of like talking to this group over here with a frightened child and this frightened citizen, and it sort of, I'm gonna say, would it be safe to assume that it looks like this mother-son combo?
Yeah, let's go ahead and say that. That sounds good.
All right, so at this point, Shiloh's just like, the really cute kitties and come with me, and has sort of picked up this child with telekinesis and is sort of like trying to usher the mother, just get out of the way. Come on, please.
Okay, so as you're doing that, you draw the attention of the nearest invader, and it is trying to, I'll do it. I've got my little macro here. Boom. All right. The transdimensional invader glares at you with piercing feline eyes, as you feel a wave of telekinetic force.
Oh god, at this point, what I'm just gonna try to do is I'm gonna take this kid, I'm gonna put him back, and I'm just gonna brace myself I'm just gonna take this kid, put him behind me, make sure the mom's alright, and then I'm just gonna deal with whatever comes my way.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a hard move here unless someone else can step in to defend you. You're about to get slammed with force. Is anyone else close enough to
So,
I think
do something?
Patchwork was close.
Yeah, so Patchwork kind of just slightly definitely confused at them being gigantic Nyan cats. Shakes his head and goes, oh, good. And tries to jump in front of Roswell because he's not to engage, but he still needs to defend his team.
Okay,
So
so let's get that defender.
yep, that is Savior. So I just rolled flat.
Oh no.
Miss.
So check out the basic move sheet and you tell me what has occurred.
Basic move sheet. When you fin immediate threat, roll plus Savior. On hit, you keep him safe. On 7-9, it costs you.
So actually, yeah, you got a complete miss there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't
Yeah.
have anything.
You both get slammed by this, and I need both of you to take a powerful blow.
Alright,
These things
sure
are
thing.
serious business.
Okay. Roll plus condition. Is
And
that just
describe what happens as you guys are hit by this wave.
is that just a flat 2d6?
Yeah, you should be able there should be a button to just roll condition.
Oh, I see it. There you go.
There we go.
I got a hit, which means
Yeah, that's also
Not
on the,
great.
yeah.
You
for
choose
this
one
you
if
want
it's 7
low.
through 9.
yeah. Choose one.
And by the way, while they're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of you start thinking about what you guys are going to do in this scene and what your characters
Absolutely.
are, or how they're reacting to all this. All right, go ahead, Patchwork.
So it's mostly that Behemoth honestly wasn't expecting to these things they be that powerful. So while he isn't hurt, he is just kind of flung through the air and just kind of goes flying for a couple dozen meters.
So I'd like to add
Away
something.
from-
Maybe this thing just pushes you right through a building. Everyone can just see glass smashed in concrete as you're just like knocked into an office building.
Oh, so that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, these things may be cute, but they're deadly.
Oh god,
Okay.
on my end, Shiloh has absolutely been like probably torn, probably like tossed up on top of a tree or something, and has absolutely low-key kind of heartbroken. But I just got my ass handed to me. But I'm just like, oh my god, that was amazing. So I'm just gonna say I'm stuck in a tree.
Okay, so what option are you choosing out of the? Because it sounds like Behemoth chose gave ground and got knocked into a building. Is that correct, Behemoth?
Yep.
Okay.
Where would these be found once again?
So
On
look over
basic
at the
moves?
journal.
Under handouts?
Yeah.
Journal.
Mhm.
So it's not under.
It's under basic moves. It has all 7 of them on there, rather than one for
Gotcha.
each like we had on Sprawl.
Perfect. All right. Gotcha. All right. I'm going to lose. I'm going to say that I'm going to struggle past the pain, and I'm going to mark 2 condition.
Ooh. So you choose one, and then I'll choose the other.
All right. I'm just gonna say I'm feeling pretty goddamn insecure, seeing as I just got my ass handed to by a fluffy kitty.
All right, I like that. I'm going to put afraid as well, because these things are. You've seen dinosaurs, you've seen wizards, knights, but you've never seen cats the size of jets with no legs flying around, smashing things apart. So
Now, if they had legs, you'd be completely fine with this, because you've seen those before. But the fact they're
Exactly.
missing legs is just
this
unnerving.
is nuts. This is nuts even for Halcyon City. Like, what is going
Right?
on? All right. So, I mean, people are running, people are screaming.
I was gonna
This
say, I
is
think
chaos.
Mythbit is typing now. Just for reference, Tuck yelled out to Megaton and Misfit, take some of those cats out of the sky, we'll get the bystanders to safety. So I don't know if either of them want to go now, but...
Yeah, I can. So I'll levitate myself into the air towards one of flying cats with kind of the obviously trying to take it out of the sky like you suggested. But my secondary purpose is I want to get closer to the rift to see if I can recognize anything about it or something like that.
Ooh, it's pretty high up. It's like at the top of this building in the center.
Okay, yeah. So first, I think I'm going to need to tussle with one of these kitties.
Okay.
So I guess this would be directly engage a threat.
It is. Meow.
And that is plus danger?
Yes. Unless you have some stat thing that gives you otherwise. Nice.
All right. So we're going to trade blows here, most likely. What do you choose out of that?
Let's see, resistor of... I think I want to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. So I just kind of come up and just use my telekinesis to push this cat and try to, like, push it out of its flight pattern and disorient it.
Ooh, so I want to say
Telekinetic
this.
battle.
Like, exactly. There's like this total wave of telekinetic force from both of you guys, and let's get some colors in here. I'll say that their color is like gold.
Rainbow?
tinged. Rainbow, yes, rainbow. It's this like rainbow of colors, but yours is what?
It's green. It's kind of a dusky, kind of smoky green. In fact, I think it might be flavored like it looks kind of like a cloud at times.
You can see it on your avatar, right? That little green glow.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
All right, so you traded one blow with it, and you also added another condition. What condition do you think that you added to it? Actually, you know what? I'm going to say it's angry.
Okay.
You know, interloper from this primitive world, we will conquer all. So, yeah, all right. You've done that, and did you take a blow? Because we did trade blows here.
Cool. So I'll take a powerful blow. That's the move, right?
Actually, no. I'll say in this case it's not because it was like through your telekinetic force, so you kind of dissipated it. So I'll say that you get to choose which condition did it put onto you. I mean, it still hits you, but not a powerful blow hit.
I think maybe insecure. Like maybe I'm noticing the power of this thing, and I'm like, oh, maybe this was a bad idea to fly directly at this thing with no support. So I'm going to mark insecure.
Okay. And by the way, you can tell this thing is like, with the 2 hits that you put on it, it's kind of like wobbly flying, kind of like doing little barrel rolls, but it doesn't look like it wants to be doing that. So you definitely hurt it pretty bad. It's been knocked off course. Good job. Next up.
So if Tex also yelled at Megaton, I think Megaton would try to the one that's closest to her, that looks pretty low to the ground and closer to these frightened citizens. She's gonna try to leap to jump on top of it.
Ooh, it's flying right at you. It's trying to use its telekinetic force. Let's see what happens.
All right, so that's. So that's just danger, right?
Well, it would be directly engage or engage a threat, but for you that would be danger, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa!
Oh, damn!
Wow.
Oh, hit.
Let's go.
All right, so as Megaton leaps and jumps on the cat, basically like almost saddled like a horse, the immense density of her bones and cells will start to lower the cat down to the ground. To the point that
This puffball gets like pushed.
exactly. She just jumps on it, just kind of goes, it just goes slowly down to the ground. Because that I get.
It's just like Mario stepping on a Goomba.
Nice.
So for the basic, because let's see here. So on 10 pick 2, so yeah, that would, I guess, create an opportunity for my allies and avoids their blow.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. I mean, this thing is like kind of messed up. I'm gonna say it's afraid. You're so heavy. It's like you've smushed its fluff. It's like telekinetic fluff is no match for this weight. All right. Good job. So next up.
All right, I think that leaves tuck and roll. I would like to do assess.
All right. Yeah.
Press that button. Superior, right? Yeah, okay, there we go.
Ooh. All right.
Okay.
Got some options.
Then, yeah, so that's, I get 2. Let's go with what here is in the greatest danger, and how can we best end this quickly?
The building that Behemoth just got knocked through, he's pretty big. He hit a structural
Unstable?
support. It's unstable. That center building.
Okay, and then how can we best end this quickly?
By closing the rift.
Okay. Tuck's gonna stop for a minute, look around, rolls on his shoulder, he'll look to him and nod, and then yell out again to Patchwork, "Watch that building unless you want to take it down," and then to Misfit, imagine this is shouting louder, but take out the portal!
All right, I think I could hopefully do that.
All right, so I think we still have La Cucaracha and Void Royal to go as well. All right. Either one of you guys.
Okay, I'll go. So La Cucaracha is going to try to focus on getting people out of the way. So I'm going to go for this frightened citizen here in the suit. Looks very scared, and try to wrap my arms around him and then kind of like tear off in a very gross bug-like way.
my god.
Megalovania?
Like how
Oh my god. I just had a stroke. I just had a stroke.
This is bringing back some feelings.
All right, let's see how you do this. I'm gonna make that a defend roll that you're trying to get him out of danger, because this other transdimensional invader is like bearing right down on him.
very close.
All right, nice. All right, it's not a full hit, but you do get some options there. So what happens?
Happens. So I think for the option, I'm gonna choose to add a team to the pool. Because I don't feel like I need influence. I don't need to clear a condition. But yes, so La Cucaracha runs up to this guy. She doesn't even say anything. She just wraps her arms around him and like, shh, let's go. And she just we
screaming.
skid her off.
Like, he's so
Be
freaked out.
quiet.
His face looks exactly the same as it is right now. Like,
I love these stock images.
You blame him.
so he's freaking out, but good job. You've got him out of danger, so I'm actually going to take him off the board. So save one guy. Next up. Oh, actually, and these were saved as well, so I'll get those guys on the left.
Yay.
So I'm thinking there's a number of things I could do. But one thing I was thinking is maybe, there's the concern that more invaders might come. So what do you guys think about me trying to see if I can charge up my powers a bit and create a moat that will pull anything that tries to come through that rift back into the rift?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
That's
a
a good
fan.
idea.
Yes, please.
So if I'm correct, I
Charge up your
roll
burn.
first, and yes, okay.
All right. So describe what this looks like. Like, you are charging up, and this is like, your big moment here.
Yeah,
look
so you guys sort of see like a purplish midnight colored energy start to emit from my hands and form a sort of ball. Oh, it looks like the roll for conditions doesn't work. On the conditions marked. Where's that? What if I do it like that? But yeah, so you guys see this like purple ball sort of grow in my hands as I start to charge up. And yeah, okay.
So you're saying that you weren't able to roll?
Yeah, I was trying to use the roll marker in Burns and Flares.
I think you have to just roll the condition roll separately.
Okay, sure. Oh, that also. Oh, now I see what's happening. Okay. Oops.
Is it just the
It was
dice
pulling up
button
a
to
different dialogue, and I wasn't seeing the dialogue because it was underneath it.
Oh, the forward one or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay. Oh no.
You still get to roll, though?
I
And
do
a lot of
still get-
conditions.
I do also get 3 conditions. So, I'm definitely a little angry with myself that I'm not getting this done. I feel a little hopeless that it's not happening as fast as it should.
Maybe you're also a little angry because this is just too much cute. Like, ugh.
Like, how could someone create something like this? Ah! And maybe a little bit of guilt that I didn't jump in to move quicker.
Okay. Sounds good. So you are charging up, and I think that's everybody, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, so we're starting the next round. These are kind of amorphous and whatnot, but yeah, this transdimensional invader is trying to bear down on this guy and is just about to hit him with the telekinetic wave. What are you guys going to do?
Defend.
So,
Who's doing it?
I'll say, unless someone else wanted to jump in, Tuck and Roll can, because I think they're kind of closest considering, Patrick's in the building. I guess Roswell's still there, but...
I'm in a tree. I mean, go ahead.
Patrick,
sure.
I'm just going to move you. You're kind of over here. You got knocked through that building.
Oh, that building. Okay.
Yeah, the center building. The one that looks like it's about to fall.
The
All
one
right,
with
so-
load-bearing
I'm gonna
beams
say
gone.
I'm like stuck in this tree.
Okay. So how are you getting there, and how are you doing this amazing
All right.
defense roll?
So basically, you see all those little, what are they called? The things that stop cars from driving into parks, the chain blocks and whatnot.
Mhm.
Basically, running, jumping off that, grabbing onto a street light, just doing a vault over to interpose. My hope is he's got his sashes. He's going to jump over the transdimensional invader, pull the sash over its eyes, and just try and turn its head away from the dude and throw it off course.
I like that a lot. Okay. And yeah, that was a full hit, so give the results.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's grinning as he's doing this because saving people is top on his list, and he's feeling like he's doing a pretty awesome job of it right now. So, jumps, flips, lands over there, and is now engaged with this transdimensional invader, and is probably going to regret that pretty soon.
Okay.
For the time being, I am going to. I'll also add the team to the pool.
Okay. And don't forget, you are the master of the team pool, so...
Yes,
update
I do need
that.
edit rights, by the way.
Ah,
I've been keeping
so-
notes on my own, but I can't update that one yet.
Got it. Okay.
Because we are at 3, currently.
You can edit now.
Sweet, thank you. And that is my turn.
All right, so what do you say to this guy as you do that?
Okay, yeah, let's see. He's going to be basically almost upside down as he's passing over this dude, mid-flip. So
Yes, yes.
as his head's going over him, he's just yelling, "What are you standing here for? Go, go!"
All right, so he comes to his senses, he scrambles out, and he says, "Thank you!" All right,
Yay.
well done. Any other things with it? Because with the 12, you added to the
Defend
team-
actually. Let's see. On a hit, you choose one. On a 7 to 9,
Got it.
you
Okay.
don't. So, yeah, you only actually get something on defend if it's a hit, or a full hit. Sorry.
All right. Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Next up, building's starting to
it-
crumble.
Is it still them or?
Oh no! Remember, this is really amorphous. It's kind of just as the
Gotcha,
fiction
gotcha.
goes. So
And the GM doesn't roll, so he'll just roll in response to whatever we do anyway.
right.
Or not roll, react.
React. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that as more of a. I'm just gonna do a quick check. I'm gonna use my move, been reading the files, and I'm not sure if I can display this. But, essentially, I've been learning a lot about what is going on. Maybe my mentor might have taught me a little bit about this. All right, and I'm just.
You've
and
learned
we-
about this terrible dimension of overlord cats.
Yes,
There
absolutely.
is no cat level.
All right. To roll, what would I would imagine this is superior, correct?
Sounds like it.
It should say if it's your custom move.
That's a miss.
Uh-oh.
The situation is well outside my base.
Oh, by the way, Roswell, your mic keeps going in and out a little bit. I think there might be an issue with sensitivity on it.
I apologize about that.
Yeah, no worries. But there are just some times where it's like, wait, I missed an important detail there.
Gotcha. Let me lower my.
In this case, Tommy, it was that the GM tells her why her mentor wouldn't know, or something like that. Is what you're
Oh,
saying.
okay. Oh, these invaders are so advanced. This is well beyond the ken of normal human beings. They are so
Absolutely.
far advanced that just the rifts, their incredible powers. I mean, this is too much for you. It's too much.
Understood. I just cannot comprehend what the hell is going on at this moment.
And they're so cute that that's like bothering you as well. It's like, how can they be so destructive?
Absolutely.
So you've actually drawn one's attention, and it is bearing down on you. And would anyone be able to help some way?
I mean, if Tuck's close enough, he could, but I think he's occupied, so...
Yeah, you're kind of occupied at the moment.
Misfit might be able to get there. He's also up in the air.
And your powers have some range on them, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's bearing down. Do you want to try to defend and maybe kind of try to knock it off course?
Yeah, as I continue to kind of fly upward towards the portal, I'm going to use my telekinesis to just try and. I notice out of the corner of my eye it coming for Roswell, so I just kind of reach out with my telekinesis and try to pull it backwards, and again, yeah, just kind of knock it off its course.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Since you're using your telekinesis to fly, that takes some concentration. So I'm going to give you
Okay.
-1 forward on this roll.
Okay,
I'm trying to do two things at once with your power.
that makes sense. Am I rolling directly engage or defend?
Defend.
Okay. So -1.
Uh-oh. So as you were paying attention to that one, the one that you had like screwed up earlier is really pissed at you. It comes swinging around and tries to smash you into the building with its ability. So you're going to take a hit there.
Okay.
And what condition do you think it marked on you?
I think then I get angry. I think I'm frustrated that I'm not able to use my powers in the right way, and that this thing knocked me off of what I was trying to do.
Especially with like a rainbow spray, like.
Yeah, I don't like the whole bright colors type situation. Yeah, exactly. Aesthetically, this is not what I like to get hit with.
All right, nice. Next up.
So if everything, so Patrick, recovering from being thrown through several walls into this building. What's the inside the building? What's the situation inside the building? Is there still a bunch of people here?
Yeah, there are people that are cowering, and there are other people yelling, get out, this place is gonna fall! Like, you can see cracks forming on the walls. Yeah.
Like it's a business center, so just a lot of people's suits and briefcases.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, Patchwork, like, shakes himself up and goes, what? And looks like he's about to go charging back through the building to get back outside. But I'm guessing he hears Tuck yell out that the building support, a primary building support, was knocked out, right?
Yep.
Something about that. He definitely made it clear that the building's going down if there's not intervention.
Patchwork, like, shakes himself and goes, what the... And probably sees, through, like, the obvious path of his destruction being knocked through here, sees does he see the broken support?
Sure, let's say that it's actually one of the central supports that kind of is near the elevator shaft. And we'll pretend that my cat in the background is the transdimensional invaders, so...
Very fierce.
They're angry. So, yeah, you can see it.
Patrick kind of goes, of course, and starts, like, gets up and starts making his way towards that support, and does it look like the whole building's about to buckle?
It looks like that support, which holds... It looks like that is basically the keystone. Like, if that goes, then the rest is going to come down.
So Patrick kind of looks at it, goes, of course, and kind of scrunches himself down and gets into, like, a powerlifting position and basically tries to hold the building up while somebody can think of something, evacuate the people in the building, perhaps, and is basically trying to hold the whole building from collapsing right now.
And just throwing this out there, he looks terrifying. I bet if he started screaming to people that they needed to leave, they would listen.
Yes!
Yeah. So, you know what? I wonder, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be the monster. While he's doing this, he's just looking around, giving people the stink eye. He goes, get the hell out of here. The whole building's about to collapse. What are you idiots doing? And I'm going to roll be the monster.
Alright. Well, if you're being the monster, do you feel like... Because you really want people to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm just throwing this out there. I mean, what if you were like, I'm going to bring the building down? That sort of, you know? And then people are like, ah, and really get moving.
Yeah, he goes,
Your choice.
the building's going to go down one way or another. Best believe that it's going to happen to those transdimensional invaders. It's going to land straight on them. I guess you don't want to be part of the weapon, though. Get the hell out. And we'll be the monster. Hopefully this rolls correctly.
Hey!
And since it definitely makes sense, so when you frighten, intimidate, or cow others with your monstrous form, wolf plus freak, on a hit they are thrown off and make themselves vulnerable, or they flee. On 10 plus, choose 1. On 7 to 9, choose 2. You frighten others you had not intended to scare. You hurt someone or break something you shouldn't have, or you feel like more of a monster after. Marketing condition. GM's choice.
All right.
I'm going to say that this doesn't make Patchwork feel that good. He doesn't like frightening civilians, even though that's what he sees is the only way forward right now. So, market condition, GM's choice.
Okay, I'm going to say that you feel guilty.
That works.
But you cleared the building, everyone's screaming. You guys can just see everyone just streaming out like, oh my god, it's a monster, another monster.
Oh,
Oh,
They're
that's
more
cute.
scared of you than they are of the cats, though. I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you look so much more of a villain than these cute jet cats. Alright, but let's also get a roll for you to start the building. Like, you know, it's kind of 2 actions, but it flows, so we'll let you do it.
Would
Can you have the
the,
+1 for the 10? Because that was a pretty solid.
Sure,
monster
I
part.
like that. Yeah, let's give a +10. You're feeling pretty good about your chances here, and you know that people are out, so you're motivated.
would that be unleash your powers? Because I have inhuman strength, but this is a huge building still.
Yes. Yeah, this is crazy. So
Yeah,
let's
holding
see some
together
freak.
buildings isn't your normal day-to-day activity.
Whoa!
Yeah. So what you would see if you're inside the building is that he gets into a powerlifting position, basically using both of his hands to keep this one support up while people run out. And as he's more and more strained, you can just see his atomic heart start to kickstart and violently beat with a green glow.
Nice. All right, well done. Yeah, his theme song. So,
I didn't want to interject and throw off the flow, but it made me happy.
all right, next up.
So
So I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I was originally going to try and create that moat and seal off the, the portal, even if I couldn't close it. But, seeing Misfit get attacked by that transdimensional invader, I kind of want to see if I can launch one of these lightning, the light posts, lampposts.
I like it. Yeah.
And
You just saw
reverse
he's
gravity.
probably your best friend, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you saw your best friend get, whomped, so go for it.
So I'm gonna use one flare. I'm gonna use my flare Reality Storm, which requires me to use 1 burn to directly engage a threat. But I'm rolling Freak instead of Danger. And I cause unwanted collateral damage unless I spend another burn.
Oh no, okay.
But I kind of want to save that other burn just in case.
Yep.
So I think it's fine. Alright.
Alright, describe what happens.
So, I sort of crush my hands together into the orb as purple energy starts arcing out and hitting the ground around the lamppost, and gravity reverts and flips on that lamppost, and just you see as this large chunk of, concrete and the post rips out of the ground, and then it its trajectory changes and goes on a course right for the invader.
All right. And does this act like engaged threat, or is it its own thing?
Yes.
Completely?
Yeah, so I was just quickly reading engaged threat. So since I got a hit but not a full hit, I pick 1, correct?
Mhm.
So I'm going to create an opportunity for allies. Something so that knock the invader off of its immediate focus
Well, I
on
do want to
Misfit.
put something out here, though. That means that you traded blows. Do you want to take another condition? Because I think you can use one of those options to stop that.
That's true.
Because you're at 3.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. I kind of forgot about that.
So we can say, I mean, maybe you just hit it so hard it doesn't even have a chance.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially like if it's a whole giant thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll resist or avoid blows, and I think it's just avoid because I'm just so far away, honestly.
Yeah. Well, let's flavor it this way, because actually this thing was pretty much on its way out from Misfit's damage from earlier. So you take it out, like this puffball goes flying.
Peace. Goodbye, poofball.
All right. Nice work. Who hasn't gone yet this round?
I haven't yet,
Look around,
but
I haven't.
I also want to point out that on my last roll, one of the thing was making it, a boon for the allies, and so I do have this thing pinned. I just want to point out to anybody in case they want to do anything.
Yes.
Well, Cucaracha, you want to see what you can do?
Yeah, so La Cucaracha has been summoning like her little roach friends, so they're just coming like kind of out of the woodwork everywhere,
Oh my gosh.
and it's really
More
gross.
horrifying than the cats, yeah.
It's like the end
So-
times, the end of days.
Dogs
going
and
on?
cats living together.
Mass hysteria.
She is partly hoping that it's going to scare some of these citizens out of the way. And could the roaches distract these little cats?
Sure.
Cats. So I think she wants to use them as a distraction for the cat. So the one that Megaton has kind of pinned down, she wants to, or maybe not, because she already has that one pinned down. No, I'm going to say that the roaches go after that one too. So she summons her cockroaches to scare the citizens and also to kind of cover up that trans-dimensional invader.
Alright, so I'm going to say that this is Unleash Your Powers, because this thing is huge. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the fluff has been pushed down by Megaton, but it's still pretty big. So you're really
She's
having
calling
to
a
push
lot
it.
of them.
Yeah. You're trying to create like a tidal wave of roaches.
Oh, disgusting.
Ooh, nice.
Oh,
So here's an
You
option,
should-
guys. Don't forget, you also have team. Does
Could
anyone
push that
want to
to a
make that
10.
into like a major hit?
He's the
It
one
makes sense
being held
potentially
down by
Megaton. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
makes sense
Megaton,
to-
you're right there. Do you want to add a team point to make that into a full hit?
Let's do it.
let's go.
Cool, mark it down. We still have 2 left.
Yep.
And that's a 10.
So
That's great.
describe what you do. Like La Cucaracha. Remember, this is a team move. So you are combining your powers. You've got this wave of cockroaches coming at this thing. Megaton is on top of it, squashing it to the ground. What do you two do together?
First, Megaton's really grossed out. Hell no.
I believe so. So yeah, La Cucaracha summons them. I think maybe she does like a somersault over to Megaton to help keep the invader down as the roaches start to cover it up.
And then 3 seconds later, there's just a cat skeleton left.
Disgusting.
And how does Megaton like turn that into a major hit?
Let's see here. So the cockroaches kind of flood over it on the side. Are they're actually eating up the kitty cat?
Yeah.
You don't have to use that. That was just me throwing it out there.
Shiloh
I
is
like it.
watching in horror from his tree. Like all the color has like drained from their face.
Cucaracha
think
is
Meg-
just on the
I
Maybe they
think
normally don't do this, but because this is like Unleash, it's like a locust swarm, and unfortunately this kitty is like their target.
It's E
I
mostly
think-
fluff. Sorry.
So I see, like, as the carcass is quickly dissolved, maybe Megaton grabs like the femur or one of the big bones, so she can start trying to whack at one of the cats in the air,
Oh my
swinging at it
goodness.
with the other cat's bone.
Actually, just because of the theme, I do want to run an alternative by you guys. This is really early to have, like, oh my god. What if instead the roaches don't eat it, but they do like the fur, and they shave this thing down? So, you know, like cats, they're like super fluffy, but when you actually shave them, it looks nothing like them anymore.
Just this
Yeah.
tiny little hairless thing.
Yeah. And it's like, and it freaks the thing out. Like, you have removed its regal pelt, its fur, and in other words, in
Afraid and
effect,
flees combat.
Alright.
exactly, you make it completely hopeless because you've completely, like, you know,
I like that. Huh.
this cockroach depilatory has ruined its
Yeah.
image.
Doesn't know what to do.
I do like that better. So are you looking for something that also, like, Megaton would have to, like, roll, or like just some
Yeah,
input
because like
to the
now
group?
you don't have all this fur in the way, so what do you do to seal the deal?
Thematic.
I mean,
It's
honestly,
slingshot it somewhere.
in the way, maybe Megaton could grab the scruff and circle and swing and swing and swing in a big circle in the park to throw the kitty cat out of the scene.
Ooh, maybe throw it right back through the rift.
Into the portal,
The rift.
yeah.
Into the portal, and it's like, go back to your mother and make sure she gets spayed.
Nice.
That was awesome.
All right, that one's out of the way. Who's next?
We
That
back
was
to
kind
Megaton.
of-
So, yeah.
Megaton
Ron?
left.
Oh yeah, Megaton still has to go.
Yep.
Do I have an additional thing other than that, or was that kind of a combined move?
It's, I would say, kind of combined. I'd let you if you want to do something else, but I think that was pretty cool.
I'm cool with leaving it as swinging the kitty cat out.
Okay. So was that everybody?
I think so.
Void World, though.
Did they?
Yeah, he threw the light post and squashed
That's
the
right.
one.
So
Did Roswell go?
I tried to make an assessment, but unfortunately
Oh.
that failed.
Okay.
All right. So one thing though is that the rift is getting bigger, and all of a sudden all hell is breaking loose. So this is what you see next.
Yeah, I would like to fly up now that Old Royal.
Oh, well, 1 second, Wall. I just need to get this scene going.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god!
All right. This is complete madness.
Is Godzilla an ally?
Nope. End simulation. Look, I could accept Hovercat Transdimensional Invaders, but Mecha-Cat versus Godzilla? You know I'm a big Godzilla fan. Frankly, I am both offended and hurt. Whose idea was this Danger Room run? It is Coach Overrule. He has ended the simulation. Who did it? Who put in Mecha-Cat versus Godzilla?
look at Shiloh.
I
Yeah.
Tuck will step forward. Well, the Mecha Cat part was my idea. The Godzilla was sort of crowdsourced.
Oh. Young
Nope.
man, he turns to you. This was your final practical exam. This is not a
Hey.
joke. I have half a mind to dock everyone points for your flippant attitude. When I attended this school, we took the danger room seriously. It wasn't nearly advanced, but I think that's the problem. You guys think that this is a toy. and he's getting really worked up. So, mark guilty.
All right.
Now, also by default, the adults in your lives do have influence over you. So, Coach Overrule is expressing his disappointment. So, do you accept his assessment and take a label shift that I will reveal after accepting, or do you attempt to reject his influence?
Tuck will accept it.
I'll accept it.
All right. So, sorry, Shiloh, why are you in trouble?
I would just like to. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna say that I definitely was not taking it as serious as I needed to be.
Okay. And maybe the two of you together kind of maybe it was Tuck's idea, but he needed your technical know-how to override some of the there are probably some functions where no, don't do stupid silly stuff like this, but you're like, no, that's off.
We want to do stupid silly stuff, and it would make sense. It would make sense because assessment could be because it didn't work because it's a completely fictional creature as far as we know.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, you guys wanted a kaiju battle at the end, but yeah, Coach Overrule was not having that. So, your label shifts. You will shift Superior up by 1 and Mundane down by 1 because you had your fun at his expense. Yeah, you're really clever, but you've lost a little bit of perspective in how to treat people because he's a huge Godzilla fan, and that was hurtful. He's not. You guys were really mean to him.
In fairness, we were going to make sure Godzilla won.
Yeah, that was not cute in his eyes. All right, so with the practical exam done, you have a break before your first written exam. So let's get some role-playing regarding what just happened, and it's also Monday, and none of you have seen Kid Olympus since Friday. Oh, and don't forget, you guys are in charge of your tokens, so whenever you want them on the board, just drag them over.
Gotcha.
And this is Halcyon High. Everyone's around. Not everyone's in costume. It's kind of half in, half out, but it's a very futuristic, cool-looking school. Very neat, open architecture.
I will say, role-play-wise, the first thing La Cucaracha does is she runs off. So everyone just kind of looks around like, where has she gone? But she has to go change. No one knows that that's her.
Right. Oh, wait, I have to give you guys a grade here. Let's see here. Tuck, roll Superior.
Oh, boy. Before or after the label shift?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say before the label change.
No, that's fair. That's why I wanted to ask.
Okay. So it wasn't an A.
That's like a C or a B, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say, especially because two of you guys really hurt him, he's going to give you a B-.
Oof.
Oh, ouch.
All right. Tuck will say, I saw that going a lot better, but in fairness, KO was the one who liked the Mecha Cat. I really needed him there to fight that thing to seal the deal.
Yeah.
How did that ass get out of it again? Or get out of it again?
I don't know. He hasn't been back home for, well, what day is it? Monday to 72 hours? I just assumed he was visiting his folks.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, actually, new detail. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Kid Olympus talked to you, Tuck, and said that he was going to be out for just a little bit, but just to not let anybody know. He'd be back super soon.
Okay, then scratch that last thing I said. Tuck is just a little antsy once he mentions that he's been gone for the weekend.
Yeah, this is very uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, but if we have a group assignment, the whole group should work on it.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have gotten an A if he was here.
Yeah.
An A+. Let's be real.
It's not like he misses a lot of group assignments.
At least not when there's hitting involved.
Right?
Does he get sick or something? Maybe he has a really bad case or something?
I don't know. I'm gonna go check back at the dorm, see if he's shown up there.
Yeah, he's come down with a bad case of whatever-itis.
More
Alright.
grandmas die during finals than any other week in the year.
That's terrible. So, you guys have some favorite subjects, and you have your first written exam. So, put your tokens onto your favorite subject, or next to your favorite subject. This isn't all the classes that are offered here at Halcyon High, but these are the ones that you guys happen to be taking this semester. Make sure that we can see the names, though. That's awesome. Rolling
I just like
science.
picturing him doing his own thing and taking a computer literacy class at least.
And by the
Oh my
way,
God.
I just want to tell you guys that I changed this because physics wasn't on this list, but because of the conversation, like, oh crap, I need to go and edit this right now. So,
Thank
Nice.
you.
you're welcome. So Roswell and Void are in physics together. So tell me a little bit about your interest in these subjects. First up is Megaton and biology.
So obviously, like, she's interested in biology because of how she was changed, that her body was changed, that, you know, her life was changed, and, you know, her sickness as a child and everything like that. She's just really curious about the intricacies of the superhuman body.
All right, I like it. Next up, English Lit for Patchwork.
So, Patrick, his father, he had like his superpower again. D-list was just having just expanded memory, and his father was an English teacher in a normal high school. So it's partly that, and also that in books, people don't judge you. When you read the book, the characters inside the books don't judge you.
Aw.
And he particularly likes classics like
I say Mary
Dr.
Shelley, is
Frankenstein.
that up there?
Yeah,
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I like it.
yeah, it's
All right, so La Cucaracha, Greek classics. This is not a common one for. There are probably not too many people in your class.
Oh, definitely not. This is a very, very small class, but she really likes it because it's interesting for her to see kind of how people with these powers and with these great like responsibilities and things like that kind of quote unquote shaped history, because she does want to change the world. She wants these types of stories to be written about her.
I would also say maybe a part of it too is that there's a lot of drama in the Greek classics. I mean,
Oh
when
yeah.
people think about the Real
Love that.
Housewives series, I mean, the Greeks had it way back then too.
She absolutely does love the drama. She can't get enough of it. She's like a Keeping Up with the Kardashians kind of girl.
All right, yeah. So next up, history of Halcyon City, Misfit.
Misfit's not from around here or anywhere close to here, so he, especially if he's going to help protect this place, he wants to know as much about its history as possible, and also, you know, the history of something where a bunch of weird stuff happens. He hopes to learn about any kind of, you know, strange demonic happenings here.
All right, very good reason to study. Tuck and roll or Tuck, intro to Cantonese.
Yeah, when he was back at the circus, a lot of the performances were based off of Chinese art and literature and that sort of thing, and he never picked up on a ton of it, but just enough to have some interest and recognize some names like Sun Wukong. And
Monkey
so
King,
that's,
yes.
yep. So that's been interesting him and seemed easier than the math.
All right, sounds good. So one thing that you guys know about Halcyon City is that it does have a very large Chinese population, Chinese American, and unlike the official language in China, which is Mandarin, you know, the Cantonese or the Chinese spoken here in Halcyon City is definitely Cantonese and other related dialects, very close ones. So it's a little different. This also happens to be the language that is dominant in Hong Kong cinema. So as someone interested in martial arts, you've probably watched
Ah.
quite a bit of that. You've probably
that would
already
make
picked
sense.
up a lot, so this is like, ooh, this is a breeze, this intro.
Yep, easy class.
Cool.
Nice. All right. So last up, we've got two people in the same with this same favorite subject, physics. So Roswell and Void, talk about that a little bit.
I know that at least on my end, Shiloh just absolutely loves learning about physics in a way so that he can possibly, so that, they can, like, learn to, it's like like right now, his main and prized invention is the Pop Tart Launcher 3000. And the thing is, that thing is not going to work unless you've probably got the right angles, you've got everything correct. But the thing is, you've got to learn how. And by launch it, I don't mean across the room. I mean, eventually, my goal is to launch this across the football field. But the thing is, I'm not going to be able to do it if I don't know physics.
Aha. And Void.
So, okay, I just had to make sure my mic was working. So Void, his powers are obviously based off of gravity, and inherently that's all physics, right? So, he loves learning about vectors and space and forces. But one of the things that, like Roswell, he's working on his own little mini physics and chemistry project where he's trying to build a bit of like a miniature rocket, because he can control his own gravity, but it's not to a point where he can actually fly yet. So in order to get around, he's going to make himself lighter and then hold this very dangerous rocket that will launch him through the air.
Nice. I'm going to add a little detail here. So Intro to Cantonese, that's the one class where the instructor does not allow pets and has absolutely forbidden Roll to be in class with you. So Roll actually joins Kid Olympus in computer science. And so that's how Roll got into watching the computers and watching the screens and being like, woo, it's so amazing.
It's the 1,000 Monkeys and 1,000 Typewriters thing. Eventually, he'll write a novel.
That's true. That is true. The history of Halcyon City, even.
See,
But
there you go.
you guys have your favorite subjects, but what will be your first written exam? So, GM Assistant, roll 1d8. We'll see which exam is your first. 8! Uh-oh, I don't think anyone had 8.
Woo, free day.
No, that means that you guys have that, and there's no one that actually knows much about it, unfortunately.
Oh.
So let's go back to that. 8 was trigonometry. Oh, you guys are getting slammed. You have a trigonometry
no.
exam.
God.
No one has
I'm
it as
good
a favorite
trigonometry in real
subject.
life.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the cats.
So unfortunately, there's no added team to this. Oh, you guys were... Why didn't you guys study for this? So everyone roll superior, and yeah.
Oh God.
However,
submit
you can't add to the team pool, but if you want, you can use the team pool, and this will represent study buddies to the rescue earlier. Maybe someone was like, no, guys, we really do need to study trigonometry. Seriously. It's our first
So are we
exam.
all rolling, or?
Yeah, everyone has to roll.
I have that one Boone thing. Do you remember what I'm talking about from the
yeah.
picture? So I could use that. Maybe Megaton couldn't sleep last night, because she gets insomnia and stuff like that. It's like, hey, come on, somebody come study trig with me, please.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to go down the list here. So Mia, of course, got an A+. So, well
What do you
done.
expect?
Flying colors, Misfit. Oh, Misfit. Oh. Misfit. Actually, no, sorry, wait. I need to let you guys roleplay. So A+, La Cucaracha. How did you do it?
Did I do?
No, I mean, like, describe your preparation, or is it just that you've just got that going on? You can handle trig. You didn't need any help. I mean, up to you.
Oh, she definitely like binge studied. It was a cram session. She stayed up all night practicing her formulas or whatever it is in trig. Her parents kind of keep on her about her math subjects, especially. So she had to make sure that she got a great grade, or else she couldn't go home.
That's right. This is core curriculum. You better do well.
Yeah.
Anything less than an A+, no sir, no ma'am.
Acceptable. Mm-mm.
Okay, so Misfit. I'm sorry, Misfit, but that is Phew. I think that's a D.
I'm gonna draw from my own high school experience here, and I'm just gonna say that he hates math. It doesn't work with him. It's really difficult for him to make sense of it all. And when he does his homework, he just writes down numbers on the page that look like problems that he's done, and like the teacher just glances at it and goes, "Oh yeah, you did your homework," but he did not study for this at all and failed accordingly. It's just not his favorite subject at all.
Yeah. Well, you got a D. You didn't completely fail, but
Oh, cool.
I guess you're doing well for you.
Right? Yeah. Like maybe he saw the D and he's like, "Oh, okay, all right,
Like,
cool."
Yes.
Moving on up.
You've got the
Maybe I'll
success
pass this
baby,
class.
like, meme in the background. Yeah. D. So Patrick Behemoth, that's a 9. That's pretty solid. I would say that is an A minus.
Yeah. So Patrick, while he doesn't particularly enjoy math, if there's one thing he has, it's time. If he's not playing with the band or doing superhero activities with the rest of the group, he doesn't really have a home life. So all he can really do is study, because it's either that or try to go home and just scare his folks.
This is
So-
just a litany of sad. But you got an A minus.
Very.
Yay. Good job.
Yeah, he's good at school because he that's the only thing he does.
Yeah, his grades really went up when he was transformed.
Oh, that.
So
Grades go up, his happiness goes down.
Yeah. So Void Royal, I would say it's a success, but it's a B plus.
Yeah, so Void really likes physics, obviously, and physics is a completely math and calculus-based subject. So it's not like he's bad at it, at trig, right? But the only way he can get through what he deems as boring problems is by relating it back to physics. And so he takes all the questions on the exam and turns them into physics questions and then solves them that way. But he didn't finish the whole exam in the time that was allotted and maybe left a question or two blank.
I like that. That's a good one. Great RP. Great RP, everybody. Next up is Roswell. So you got an A minus.
All right. I'm just gonna say that in this trigonometry class was so extremely similar to what I'm doing with the Pop-Tart Launcher 3000 in this moment.
Yep.
So I'm just like, all right, this is what I'm going. This is similar to what I'm doing, but Shiloh, they haven't been able to do things. They noticed that, okay, this is where I got it wrong. Maybe this is what I can do to improve. This is the mistake I made. This is what I can do to improve the design and the blueprint.
I like
The
it.
Pop-Tart Launcher 3000.
So Tuck, you got a B plus.
Yeah, I figure angles and that sort of thing makes sense. Trajectories. The numbers part aren't his favorite, so he kind of just took this as it came and didn't particularly study and spent most of the test just sort of jock rocking to himself under his breath, just as he was doing it.
Perfect. All right, and Megaton, you mentioned trying to use a reroll, but I didn't see a failed roll. So you got a B plus.
I think I did that wrong. Sorry, I thought that it would be like a +1 or something like that on the.
Oh no, it's a complete reroll that you can save, but it's up to you. So if you ever have a miss or you really, really want a really good hit, then you can reroll. You can use that boon. But I would say with this one, you've got a B plus. So describe. So Megaton, it's not her favorite subject, but it looks like she did pretty well.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't touching the button. So I did this because I did +1 when I rolled it. One shouldn't count because I forgot how I roll.
Oh, well then it would just be a B, but it was still a hit.
Okay, still. Well, okay, yeah, still a hit. I like how math works with this one. So yeah, she this is not her best subject. She's not, super. She's smart, but not super mathematical. But last night she just happened to have one of her bad dreams, because she does get those, and couldn't get back to sleep, so she stayed up and crammed and actually got, okay, got a B.
Nice. I think it's pretty funny that everyone did well except for Misfit.
No.
It's like A plus A minus, B plus B, D.
D.
She just studied with me, buddy. Come on.
Hey,
So-
success is relative.
So you're gonna have to.
So because Patrick was guilty, that was a -3 instead of a -1 like it would normally be.
Whoa.
So
Wow.
I rolled 6 plus 6, so that was the max roll I could have gotten.
Oh, that's awesome. You really
Yeah.
pushed it through there. And on that note, you guys have survived your first 2 exams. We come to a 5-minute break, and we'll be back.
All right, perfect.
And we are back. So, you guys are pretty hurt. Well, maybe not hurt, but in bad
Emotionally
shape.
hurt.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we
you know,
just got through our
actually,
first
Misfit,
exam.
I would say with a D, you probably did get a condition.
Okay.
What condition do you think it would give you if it hasn't already been marked?
Look. Odd. I don't want to have that, but I think that's what it would be. I don't think he would be guilty because I don't think he expected to be good at math, but I think he might feel a little hopeless, like, oh god, like, I want to be a superhero, but maybe I can't pass these grades, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the old Patchwork would have been like, you're Super Zero. All right.
Mhm.
So remember, you guys have the ability to comfort and support each other. So maybe let's get some of that. This is the aftermath of your exam. So
Oh, not gonna lie, I'm slightly surprised about my grade. All of you do.
I mean, better than I expected. What'd you get?
I got a A minus.
Nice. I mean, you showed me up. Also, did you hold a building up earlier? I feel like we glazed over that.
But
I think we did. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
yeah, thanks. It's man, yeah. Strength is something I'm good at, I suppose. And
Sounds like you're
They
pretty
made
good
the-
at trig too.
yeah, they make the people in those simulations way too lifelike. They weren't screaming about the invaders when I got in there. That so taste in my mouth.
You guys see their faces when all the roaches came out? That was hilarious.
oh, you're
Oh,
with him
God.
as La Cucaracha then right now.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, where did
From
how did they get there?
but yeah,
Tuck-
no,
That's a good question. Maybe you guys are kind of so you have a break before your. Well, actually, you're done with exams for today, so maybe you guys are in the band room, so that's why La Cucaracha is there.
Like that.
But was that a comfort roll for Behemoth from Tuck?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Let me go ahead and do that.
Also, when you share a triumphant celebration with someone, clear condition they treat you like a perfectly normal person, which didn't really happen, but mark potential if they praise your power or abilities, which I do think just happened there.
All right, sounds good.
Yep, that's what I was going for. And on that note, we also get one team to the pool.
Yes.
Alright,
I think
alright.
Megaton
Sorry.
might also
Sorry.
notice, like, if Misfit's a little down, and be like, hey, you are.
I don't know if I'm gonna pass this class, Meg. Call you Meg. Is that a cool abbreviation of your name?
Yeah, that works great. I know you'll get it next time. I mean, this shit's hard.
No kidding.
Next time, there is no next time. That was the final. It's over. It's over. But no, we can see if the roll actually worked. Oh no! So Tuck missed.
I was gonna say I have influence, so that's with +1 though, so it'd be a 7.
Oh,
Right?
it
Like that's what
worked.
influence does.
Okay.
Yep.
So, which one did you want to wipe, or does he only have one? He only has one.
Yep.
So yeah, Behemoth, remove that condition.
Yeah, he doesn't have that shade under his eyes that he had after the simulation. So he goes, yeah.
All right, nice.
I'm
By the
a-
way, can everybody see the green bars for Void, Roswell, Tuck, and Misfit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure, because sometimes I forget to toggle that for you guys. All right, so we've got that role. Then we also have, it looks like a Megaton trying to comfort her love, her crush.
And that you call mundane for that?
So, yeah, I believe so.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm still getting used to these moves as well, so let me double check.
It says in parentheses under it for that one.
Great, yes.
Hey, so she succeeds. She's like, you know what? Even if you didn't do great in Trig, there's no way they're going to kick you out of here. Not with your powers. Like, that's just not going to happen. Don't worry about it.
All right, so you have cleared it, and cleared one of them. Which one did you clear?
I can't see what he has marked.
Oh, you can actually. All of you have rights to each other's character, so you can pop into their character sheet and see.
Oh, okay, let me look.
I've got angry, hopeless, and insecure.
Oh, how about hopeless?
Well, yeah, I like that.
Hopeless.
All right, good job. Anybody else? We've got Void and Roswell that are looking pretty hurt. Tuck looks okay, right?
He's just feeling guilty.
Tuck, why you look so down? Even the simulation civilians look up to you. And I don't really
Yeah.
feel me. I really wish that they would look up to me like they look up to you. And I'm using the move Wish I Could Be, or I can roll with Freak instead of Mundane to comfort and support.
That's great. Let's see it.
Nice.
And this has a +1, I forgot to put. Oh, wow!
Wow!
That's a 15 then.
He does write poetry.
That's incredible. I'm going to say this. Not only do you comfort him, but I'm going to say that in the future, if you guys, the two of you, do a team move together, I will add 1 to it.
Cool.
You still have to use a team, but it will be in
Yeah.
effect +2, not +1. So
Sweet.
remember
Okay.
that. All right. Next
That
up.
also add the team to the pool inherently.
I'd like to comfort Void Royal if I can.
Yeah, he saved your bacon during the test, the practical.
Exactly, I was going to mention that for sure. Hey, Void, did you do okay on the test?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about the test. It's more just, it took a while for me to actually get to help you guys, and
Yeah, but you helped me. You were crucial. I mean, you got that cat off my back. I was gonna, before the simulation ended, I was gonna fly up there and close that portal, no problem, because you got that thing off of me.
It was a trans-dimensional invader. Thank you.
yeah,
And,
you're right.
You're good. You're good. You're doing awesome, man. With your powers, I wish I had powers like that.
Wait a second. But yeah.
So
Let's, roll mundane.
And I get +1 because I have influence over him. Yeah.
You do. Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Jeez. Damn it.
Could Tuck chime in here and spend some team?
Sure. I mean, if you want.
Yeah.
But would that be enough to get him to? Oh, but you guys can do multiple if multiple people chime
Tuck can spend 2.
in. Right. You've got that ability. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So he'll come up and go to place a hand on Void Royal's shoulder. I don't know how he'd respond to that, but he'll wait for confirmation. He doesn't just slap it on because people get flighty about that. Then go, yeah, man, you were cruising up there. I'm pretty sure you could have taken out the portal eventually.
Maybe Roll helps out too, and he's like doing a little dance, like, hey, don't feel so bad.
Yeah. Roll does happy.
That was pretty good. Wow.
That was
I can do that and sheep. Anyway, on that note, roll does usually add to my comfort rolls because I just
Great.
think he's adorable, and I'm pretty sure that would help.
All right, sounds good. So you're able to mark off one of those conditions.
I'm gonna. I think I feel less angry with myself.
All right, sounds good. And we have one person who hasn't had a roll toward them. So Roswell, who wants to comfort Roswell?
Comfort Roswell.
Don't forget, if you have influence over Roswell, you get a +1.
That is
I
true.
do. Yeah, so La Cucaracha just kind of sits near Roswell and is like, so how'd you do on the test?
Well, I think I did fine on the test. It's just more so, I don't know. I think with the whole thing with Coach, I think it sort of reminds me that, you know, I'm not exactly very team thing. I didn't exactly help out much, and well, even my supposed strengths, I couldn't exactly identify what they were. It's just, you know, it's sort of not good, you know?
Cucaracha looks kind of like dismayed, like, how dare you say that? And she's just like, Roz, how could you say something like that? I know that it must have been upsetting for Coach to get onto you like that, but you are undoubtedly yourself at all times. You help the team in incredible ways. You can't feel like that.
I appreciate that.
By the way, I wonder if the teachers know La Cucaracha's identity, because to be able to take a test, do you know what I mean? Like,
That's true. I think the teachers would.
yeah, and
Just
so
because overall, because he has, there has to be some kind of way to keep bugs from running rampant. Maybe
Right.
at one point they were, and it kind of everyone or the team, the teachers figured it out.
right. What if your parents also? Do your parents know about La Cucaracha?
No,
Oh, okay. So maybe you
Our
went to
parents
them
don't.
and you were like, I can't reveal this to my parents, but this is my power, like this, and they would be accommodating, I think.
think so too. They would definitely be more respectful of not telling anyone.
Yeah, because they definitely deal with that, with parents really not being a good support.
Appreciating, yeah.
Yeah, not being very supportive of certain abilities, and yeah. So they would keep your secret. No one else knows who you are, but yeah. All right, so let's see that roll.
Is mundane +1.
Ooh.
There is team.
So, so I'm going to actually help spend a point from the team pool, and Pat pipes and goes, "Yeah, in my opinion, Coach was way too hard on you, Roswell. He was just getting his panties in a twist over Godzilla being involved. Picked any other kaiju, wouldn't have cared."
I guess that's right.
That's true. So that makes it a hit. All right, you get to take
Alright.
one condition down. Which one do you choose?
I will choose afraid, because I get more of that feeling of, hey, I at least I've got these people to take my back,
All right, I
I
like
have
it.
to keep.
Good job, guys. All right, so an early curfew at Halcyon High is in effect until finals are over. No one can go off campus. KO's first exam is tomorrow. Where is he? This is bad. If you miss an exam, that's it. So what's going on? What are you guys gonna do?
I'm texting the group chat, and I'm just like, all right, so curfew is a thing, but have any of you guys seen KO?
I checked all the usual places he usually hangs out at. No dice.
Wasn't it band practice?
So, before he left, he may have mentioned he had something to take care of and I wasn't supposed to say.
He also said he was going to be right back.
Yeah, and he's been gone way too long.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gotten himself in trouble?
I don't know why else he wouldn't have come back or responded by now.
I don't like the feeling of this.
I mean,
But the
if he's
music
gonna
is
get kicked
cute. Of
out-
course, nothing's wrong.
Yeah, I think La Cucaracha definitely knows that something is up because he and KO are kindred spirits and like strict parent thing. So she knows that he wouldn't just be missing for finals.
Right. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah,
So
his mom would freak.
Maybe we should call his parents?
No.
do you think
No, we
that's a
gotta
good
find
idea?
You guys have their numbers?
Cucaracha would probably be on board for that idea because she wants to meet Jade Tiger in a Spartan.
Do they
But
have cell phones?
Calm down.
You better talk some sense into these people.
Yeah, now is not the time to.
Yeah.
I'm not
Maybe
talking to
it's-
anyone's parents.
Let's maybe talk to Coach. Yeah.
idea. And
So you
La
guys are going to
Cucaracha-
trust an adult with this information? This is a big deal. I mean, especially one who you guys screwed over. He's upset. He is
He's gonna
the
rip us
number one.
He's gonna rip us another one, guys.
Yeah, I'm telling
Look,
you guys, you might.
I say we Scooby-Doo this. Let's find him. We can break out of here.
Yeah.
Do any of you know how to drive?
One thing that you guys know, so curfew is curfew. They're trying to get out during curfew is suicide. However, you do know that there are a few students who live off campus. And there is one in particular that is actually still around.
Craft?
So, Mitchcraft, yes, someone remembered that. So, it's going to take me a second here. So you all know of one student who can get out past curfew, or get you out past curfew. Mitchell Eldritch, aka Mitchcraft, lives off campus. Among the spells in his repertoire is teleportation. However, he has still been late to class on many occasions. He is allowed to leave after curfew to facilitate his access to study groups in the dorms. However, he has a bone to pick with each and every one of you. So give me 1 second, but you will soon see in your journal a prompt providing some details to the acrimony between you and Mitchcraft, and it'll be up to you to provide the group with further details on the reasons why. So 1 moment.
Oh boy.
And everyone, only read yours. It's just easier for me just to like show all, but
It's
just read yours.
opening automatically. Let me just constantly exile those.
Okay, so all of you should now be able to see yours, and whoever wants to jump in, if you've got an idea, go for it. Or if you guys need a little bit of time to kind of figure it out, but do it in character. You guys are discussing, this is like at band practice, and you're like, oh, we got to find Kid Olympus. Oh, Mitchcraft can help, but... And,
Alright.
yeah.
So, Tuck will look over to Roll on his shoulder. Once upon a time, Mitchcraft was experimenting with bananas as a reagent, and someone can control themselves, and long story short, I ate all of them, so he's mad at me.
Okay, but he thought it was Roll. Did you... Oh, you blamed Roll, didn't you?
Hmm? He blamed Roll, and Roll can't defend himself
Oh, no.
to non-primates. And
Okay.
there's just never been a confrontation or follow-up there since the incident.
Okay, so yeah, that explains Mitchcraft. He doesn't like you. Doesn't like Roll. So, who's next?
Well, let's just say that me and Mitch never really got on well. I may have come up with a name for him. Part of it rhymes with female dog, if you get my meaning. Yeah, me and him do not get along very well. At least
He
we
used
didn't
to be a bullying victim, is the vibe I'm getting? Is that what you're going for, or...?
Yes, I bullied him. I'm not going to lie about it. Ooh.
Is there anyone you haven't pissed off?
So,
No,
what was
not
your
really.
favorite nickname for Mitchcraft?
So the first one that comes to mind is not PG-13.
Oh, right, that's what you were mentioning. Sorry, I was reading something else while you were talking, and now it all meshed together. So, yeah, you changed the M to a B. How could you? That's terrible. So yeah, he does
So,
not like you
yeah.
much. All right, next up.
I may or may not have started him in one of the test trials of the Pop-Tart Launcher 3000. And let's just say those Pop-Tarts exploded, and his
Maybe he's allergic
outfit-
to peanuts, and you shot him with a peanut flavored one.
Oh no.
I may or may not have him to the hospital.
Ugh.
Like, Patchwork looks at you as you sent him to the...
You monster.
What?
Your new hero
I
named
didn't know he couldn't
Anaphylactic
eat it.
Shock.
All right. He is not a fan. He really. Oh my gosh, you like put his life in danger. Yeah, that probably actually turned into a whole incident where you got pulled into the principal's office and he was in there and then his guardian and oh, it was just a mess.
That's why the Pop-Tart Launcher is not allowed at Pep Rally.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh,
But the
well.
It was an
the
accident,
tart
already.
pop, the tart popper is still allowed at Pep.
Wow, you monster. All right, next up.
I am.
So yeah, he's still a little pissed off at me because I guess I broke. Like, he likes to, he needs stuff for his spells, and I might have gotten a little pissed off and maybe broke one of those buildings a little bit.
Oh, and when did that happen?
Well, yeah, you guys know the time that the KO stopped me. It was then, all right? I'm not very proud of it, but yeah, he's still pretty pissed off at me for that.
It's like you ruined this small business. Maybe the owner was unable to recoup the cost because magical apothecary shops are not covered by insurance. So, what a shame. What a shame. All right, next up.
So Mitchcraft and I got into an argument when he had reserved the soundproof practice room that Misfit and I were using. And he wanted to kick us out, which I guess, it was kind of his room. He did kind of reserve it. But to be fair, he was being a really snobby classical pianist, and
I love that detail.
honestly, I thought it would have been really cool if he could have joined the band and been a keyboardist.
Oh, he
And-
probably gave you major side eye and did not even deign to answer that. Like,
Yeah.
really?
You are the
He's a jerk.
interactions.
Ugh.
Good pianist though. Jerk. Complete jerk.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's got to go into the story canon. So, who do we have left?
Me.
Kukaraka.
All right. One of you guys jump in.
Witchcraft really, really hates me because he doesn't like roaches for some reason. He just thinks they're gross. So he just doesn't like being near me, my general vicinity.
Oh, and also there's a little detail about him. Oh, you probably wouldn't mention that to them, though, yeah?
Not at all.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Sorry, there's some, in-character stuff. Yeah, he doesn't like her. He doesn't like roaches. Ugh.
That's how she plays it off. He doesn't like roaches. I don't know. It's weird.
Do we have a plan to get Mitchcraft on our side, or?
One last thing, though. We still have Misfit.
Oh.
All right, yeah. So he invited me to hang out with them a bunch, but I just got something about him. Like, at first I thought it sounded good because maybe he knows something about the occult that he could teach me. but I just got something about him set off the feeling I used to get when I lost control of my power. And so I declined him, and he kept bugging me about it.
I mean,
but
he's
I kept
a
turning
nice
him down.
kid. He just wanted to hang out. So what did you say to him for him to finally give up trying to be your friend?
I think that he kept bugging me, and he kept bugging me, and every time he was around me, I would get that sensation, my powers would just tingle or buzz, and I think that one day I just lashed out at him in a way that my eyes rolled back in my head, and I pushed him back with telepathy.
Oh snap!
And
Yikes.
I think we had a little confrontation. I think that was what it took to get him to actually back off from me.
So another thing about Mitchcraft is that he doesn't have a lot of friends at the school. He does live off campus, and you guys don't really know too much about him, and for him to actually try to reach out and try to be someone's friend is a big deal. He hasn't done that with anybody else, and Misfit totally shot him down.
Aw.
Which is weird for Misfit, but yeah, I think it's just totally because something about him set off my bad juju.
Okay, so you guys are going to need a plan. He can actually get right through curfew. He has a warded portal that he uses, and you have a pretty good idea that you might be able to go with him. But it's going to take some convincing, especially with a whole group of people he does not like. So he's here at school. You guys know exactly where he is. He's in a study group right now. How are you guys going to approach him?
How about bribery, right? What if, right, I tell him that I won't use that practice room for the entirety of next semester?
Wait, but you guys have band practice. How are you going to manage that?
To give up our time slot?
We'll play out outside.
Wait, what'd you say?
We can go play outside. We'll rock the school, and he can have his soundproof.
Oh my gosh. Tell you what. That would definitely, wow, that's a major offering. But maybe you should, keep that, save that one. You know what I mean? Like, see what you can do without it. And then, because, not being able to practice with your band, I mean, the unstable elements need to practice. But yeah, I do like that idea, though.
He's a magician or something, right? Kind of like you, Misfit, but different.
Magic isn't cheap tricks like some magician would.
Yeah. Would you need a test subject or something? My physical toughness. He pats his skin, which kind of dust falls off. Goes. I could be a test subject for him. Bet he would like to torture me a little bit.
Oh God! What are you? You're just assuming he's evil. What is this? Gosh, you guys are bullies.
I go. What? No, torture. Call me names, do silly pranks to me. What are you thinking?
All right. So, anyone have any nicer plans? By the way, I'm throwing that out there. I think the idea is fine. I'm just messing.
Yeah, I know. Torture was the best word.
Megaton would kind of step and be like, "Look, I probably, maybe, all right. I owe the guy an apology, and I can tell him that we're trying to help out KO. And if KO had been there a little sooner, I probably wouldn't have wrecked his precious little apothecary shop."
But do you know how he feels about KO? Looks like that might need a roll. So who wants to roll that? That can be an assess the situation roll.
I was actually earlier thinking about making my Dark Visions move, where I mark my Doom track to have a vision about the situation at hand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so I don't actually need to roll for this. It just says, after the vision, ask the GM a question. They will answer it honestly. So I guess I'm trying to have a vision kind of of KO's situation, and I mean, maybe you glean from that what his relationship with Mitchcraft is.
Oh, okay. So you actually see a vision of them together, and Mitchcraft is joking and KO is laughing. And he's actually being nice to Mitchcraft.
Okay.
And you see KO do a total like finger guns, like, you're cool, man.
So I think everybody sees me kind of like take a meditating position while they're talking this over, and my eyes roll back in my head. And then once there's kind of a lull in the conversation, I say, guys, I think Mitchcraft and KO are buds. Like, I think he'd help us.
Well, okay, and just try to go for his sympathies, I suppose. Who wants to talk to him?
It'd be worth letting him know that KO is missing. Trust him.
It could be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and advance the slide, but you guys can pull onto the board who all wants to be in the room. So you head to one of the break rooms. So there are 3 other students studying with Mitchcraft. You guys get to decide who they are, and as you walk in, whoever walks in, he's very dismissive, and he just says, I'm studying for my finals tomorrow. What do you want?
Before everyone sets in, I just sort of like talk to everyone, and I'm just like, all right, guys, I'm gonna have to ask at least one of you to, keep us in the loop. And I like sort of like fiddle around with one of the watches. And I'm just like,
yeah. You don't want him to like have memories of his anaphylactic shock moment.
Yeah, and I'm just like, just don't mention me, and just like transmit what you hear. Just like almost have us on voice call. Put yourselves up. Those of us who aren't in the room with you, so that we can hear out. Just maybe we can glean something from that. But aside from that, don't mention me. I will not be there with you. Good luck.
I'm gonna hang back too.
Yeah, I'm going with Roswell Misfit. We're going to see if I can please. He pulls out a little newspaper. Goes, I think I'm going to finish this crossword. Good luck with talking to him. Sorry, he just really doesn't like me.
Yeah, Megan.
I will mention, guys, the more that you limit, the more you're cutting down on possible team. Well, actually, it depends on how much team you guys have, so let me see. Oh, you only have 1, so.
The 1 now, yeah.
Never mind.
Cucaracha will go in. She's going to be very, very nervous.
Okay. Yeah, he raises an eyebrow at La Cucaracha. Doesn't say anything, though, after what he said. Alright, so what do you guys want? I'm busy. I'm studying for Trig.
Hey, listen, I know I'm not the best person to be asking, but we need your help. All right?
Oh,
Wouldn't ask if it wasn't
you
serious.
need my help, Miss Bull in a China Shop, and destroy the one apothecary shop that I had access to as a student, because I don't have access to the main one that Aegis has control over, and he's just kind of like really getting into it. So
Yeah, well, then you would get pissed off. You know what? You saw what I did to your precious little apothecary. Why don't you give us a listen, or else? And she just starts like clenching her hands and just getting really, really bull stance.
Oh God!
Tuck's gonna step in here and just kind of interpose and go, look, KO is missing. His finals are tomorrow. We gotta find him.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Look, I don't know. He said he had something to do real quick and that he shouldn't tell anyone about it, and that was 3 days ago, and no one knows where he is.
Oh, okay. How are you guys friends with him?
I mean, I've been his roommate for years.
Oh, that's right. The one who doesn't have any powers.
Hey, I do
Oh,
plenty.
low blow.
He just kind of blinks and, yeah. Okay, so let's get that roll for Megaton, though. It looks like you're trying to influence him, so you don't have any influence over Mitchcraft.
So I was thinking more provoke. She's got a skill that is.
Okay. But wait, how is that provoke going to help? I'm not saying no, but I just want to see if I understand this right.
Basically, she's just threatening physical violence. She said, I did that to your precious little shop. at least come here and listen to us. We need this from you. You know, she's clenching her fist. She's showing like her physical dominance.
Okay, so you're really
stance,
trying to
like,
threaten him to help you, guys.
Yeah, that's how she gets things.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. You know,
Okay.
Who knows? We'll see.
Sorry, this is taking me a second to pull up my thing. So yeah, she has the move, you've got a head you don't need, so provoke someone with obvious threats, she gets to roll danger.
Nice. Oh, one thing for you guys, you can always have your sheet open. You can actually do open in another window, so you can just alt-tab back and forth.
That will be very helpful.
Nice.
Ooh, okay, so let me double check that, because I mean, you got a hit.
Could I, well, maybe with the double check. I'm considering bumping that to a 10, just to get him on our side with the team, but I don't know if that's...
I mean, it's
I
our
should wait
last
till he
team
responds.
point.
Yeah, that's why I'm like a bit hesitant. But
I mean, all she's really getting is trying to get him aside to really listen to us. Like, she's threatening, you know, hey.
Yeah,
just
so
give
I'm going to
us a
say...
chance.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I like what you said, because I think that this isn't so much convincing him, but it's kind of getting him to stop and listen, because threatening him to help isn't going to really work, but this does get him to close his
take
book.
it seriously.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly. It's saying, hey, dude, take a step back and just listen to what we're trying to say.
So I like that. And tell you what, with the role play, and I like it. We'll give you +1 forward, the next person who is actually trying to convince.
I'm at this point. I'm gonna step in and just kind of look at Mitchcraft and say, you know, I have my ways of learning things, and no one knows what's going on with Kid Olympus. We need your help.
I like that.
Look, if you're that worried about your trig exam, I know someone here happened to do really well.
Ooh, that's right. Do you mention that you got an A+?
No, because technically Mia got the A+.
I was
So
giving you a vague because I honestly kind of forget where the line is on who knows what with that.
it's
Right.
okay. It's okay. Maybe in band session, like I said, I did really well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we can do that.
You even sang a song about it. You have a new song called Trigonometry.
I have a trig song.
Yeah.
You got an
And you
A
like
in
list
trig.
all the grades, like A, B, B, A, D. Da, 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 da.
Also, I tuned my bass.
A little sample from ABC by the Jackson 5. Bum, 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 bum. So,
It's a quick
alright.
jam session in the library.
Trigonometry.
Do a cool drum fill whenever you say D.
So I will give you guys another +1 for that. So you guys have +2
Alright.
forward. And you don't have influence over him, so it'll just be a straight roll, but with +2.
Which label am I rolling? Am I rolling a label?
Oh, so when you do influence, it's actually if
Oh,
you're
just
not
flat
doing it,
basic.
yeah, it's just a flat
Flat.
roll. But you do get to add +2.
Right. There we go. Oh, stop.
Ooh! Wow!
Wow.
In there.
All right, he says, well, you know what? I'm not so much a fan of you all. I'll just be very honest, but I do like KO. And I'm really hoping that KO becomes student body president or student council president.
We all
next
are.
year.
Choke.
And he says that looking right at you, La Cucaracha. And
Okay.
so, yeah, if you all are trying to help him, I will help out. Who else? I mean, is it the whole band?
Pretty much. Will you agree before we give you the full list?
Yeah. What have you named yourselves anyway? Like the cockroaches?
Oh, very funny. Get this. We're the unstable elements.
He kind of gives this look like, oh, okay, I'll give you that. That's not too bad. But that's all in just his face, not in words. Okay. So you guys have convinced him, and he's fine with the rest of you guys coming with, and he takes you to his warded portal, and he just says, "Look, Coach Overrule can't know about this. I mean, obviously, none of the teachers can know about this. No other students are supposed to use this portal. So you guys are going to have to promise me that you don't tell any of the adults."
Yeah, just promise you won't tell him that we went through looking for him. Or that he's been gone.
All right.
All right.
So you see this portal, and it's beautiful. It's this golden, multi-layered sigil, and he's actually drawing lines in the air, and as the lines are drawn in the air, they're fading into the circle on the floor. So he says, "Okay, let's go." So he's taking you guys with him.
All right, so
And actually, I'm just curious, what is your reaction to seeing this? None of you have actually been here. This is something very private to Mitchcraft.
I think Misfit would definitely, maybe even remark to him, like, maybe I was wrong about you. Like, this seems like pretty legit magic here.
Yeah, I mean, this is like really cool stuff. And also remember too, this represents his disconnect from all of you guys. Like, he's one of the few that lives off campus. He has to travel all the time. He doesn't get to, you guys get parties. You guys get to chill out in the break rooms together. You guys have breakfast together. He comes running into class by himself. And I'm just curious, how do you guys feel about that right now?
I feel bad for him personally.
Do any of you feel guilty?
Okay.
You don't have to mark a condition. It can be just like minor guilt. It doesn't have to be full condition guilt, but I'm just curious.
I think Megan would feel a little guilty, especially because she just threatened him and then seeing this, like, vulnerability, and she's kind of sensitive to isolation and that type of stuff. So I think she would definitely feel a little guilty, especially because she just, threatened physical violence upon him, and now he's doing this kind of sacred thing.
Yeah, and like the sound that you guys hear is actually the sound. It's like this beautiful, soothing magic and somber and sad, just like witchcraft.
Misfit would definitely feel guilty for lashing out against him, and especially since he identifies with the whole, like, outcast, kind of situation.
Yeah, La Cucaracha feels bad too because, like, her alter ego Mia, she is like the most popular girl in school, so she kind of feels like she should do more.
Yeah.
And I think Roswell definitely does feel incredibly guilty. Not only because, in a normal situation, they would have been asking questions, they would have been touching everything that could, sort of, just like trying to see what messes it, trying to see what makes this situation, like, sort of tick, trying to see the limits of this unknown magic that is breaking the laws of everything that is known. But in this moment, it's just sort of like that guilt that sort of, like, holds them back and, like, sort of just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna let this happen. I'm gonna respect what is happening without having to interject into the current situation.
So one thing you guys know as well is that the entire school is warded against teleportation, except for here. This is the one thing that has been set aside for him because he needs it. So,
yeah. Patchwork definitely feels a little. He feels the guilt he feels whenever he sees somebody that he's bullied, because, like, it's just another thing. He understands what it's like to be on the other side of that now, to be ostracized from the whole student body for the most part. So he feels pretty guilty that he kind of just didn't ever try to get along with Mitch. Just went straight to the option of ostracizing him when he was still a normal person.
And you know what? We are PG-13, so you called him bitchcraft. That was so mean.
Yeah.
So mean.
Yeah.
All right, so he's taking you through the portal, and you guys teleport. You see this magic, and you see this. Hey, guys. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Where are we?
What?
Tuck.
Where is here?
What?
Hey,
Did you
what are
tell them that I
doing?
was gone, Tuck?
You were gone. It's been almost 3-4 days.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really funny. That's really funny, Tuck. I just got
Look,
here a few minutes
here.
ago.
Watch Monday. See, Monday night.
What?
Yeah, it's
What do you-
almost
no,
final.
no.
for you.
No. I just got here a few minutes ago, guys. Stop messing around.
You missed a training session, man.
Are you feeling all right?
Guys, that is so not cool. I just got
Wait,
here. I'm kind of here on private business. So
What? Who? How did you get here? What's here?
So
Where are we?
we are in a pocket dimension that Mitchcraft led me to because I have a very important meeting. And this is kind of personal. And I told Mitchcraft not to tell anybody. And so what is this about me missing my practical exam? Because that is so not funny, guys.
Yeah,
Well, we
yeah.
said
Gotta
we
be-
stay and you weren't there.
Check-
That
Check
doesn't
your-
make
out of
any
here.
sense. I've only just got here.
check
We've
your
got to
watch.
get out of here because if
Each
the
time moves
time
differently
is
here.
if the time is affecting him right now, it is.
No, but you don't
affect us as
understand.
well.
I've got a really important meeting. You guys can just go, all right? But I gotta get. He's just totally discombobulated right now.
Your really important meeting is going to cost you your finals, man.
It's going to cost you your
No,
legacy.
no. This is about my legacy, all right? Like, I've got to do this. Leave me alone, guys. Seriously, this is so not cool. I don't like this joke. This is so not funny. I did not miss my practical exam.
Not
You
in
think
the
you would show up out of nowhere?
All right, someone's going to have to
Yeah.
do an influence. Like, you're going to have to get through to him. Who has influence? Oh, everybody has influence. over
Everybody.
him.
Yeah,
Oh,
So who wants to do it?
Did someone try to pierce the mask?
Ooh, yeah.
ooh.
And by the way, Mitchcraft is nowhere in sight.
Yeah, Tuck has a question about that in a second.
Same.
who's good at piercing the mask?
And by the way, you guys
Marco
can see
Caracha right now.
you guys can see the sigil on the ground, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, all right, good. Sometimes I put that in GM layer and I'm like, all this beautiful artwork and then no one sees anything. You guys saw the Mitchcraft one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay, thank
so
goodness.
nice.
All right.
Yeah.
If I approach, is there any kind of barrier around him? Like if I try to touch where the sigil is?
I don't know. Do you try to touch where the sigil is?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I'd try to do that.
Okay. I need you to roll a take a powerful blow.
Oh no.
Do I see this like about to happen? Like he's about to get shocked or something?
Let's say this. Misfit, you make contact and your hands glow that sickly green and that sigil reacts violently to you. But Patchwork, it's almost like you're getting electrocuted, but Patchwork has a chance to like push you off of it. So let's see the defend roll first.
Missed me. And let's see if I can do the savior thing, which I'm not. Yeah, no.
I think you're gonna get
I-
it too.
Oh no.
So
Both lightninged.
yeah, you both like by touching Misfit, you are part of the circuit, and Misfit, you can feel this thing is like very much against you, like against whatever you are or whatnot. So yeah,
I should roll.
take a powerful blow, both of you guys. Tell you what though, I will
Okay.
give you this: the Patchwork at least has the opportunity to kind of like it's going through two people instead of just one. So you can add, it'll be +1 forward.
Okay, so I got a
Okay.
7 then.
Ooh.
You don't want
Minus
+1
one-
in.
no,
Oh yeah,
no,
minus
minus
one forward.
one.
Sorry guys, you're right.
I was gonna say no.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, so I didn't? Okay.
yeah.
I got a miss.
So you're fine. You're fine. Patchwork though. Ooh,
Also miss.
good.
Oh no, that's good.
Good deal.
Oh, I
Tommy,
forgot
just
that
'cause
you
you
want
might-
to miss.
Seen it. La Cucaracha got a hit on the Pierce. I believe that's what it was, right?
Oh, I didn't roll for it yet.
Oh, was that the previous roll? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a previous
no,
roll.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. No,
My
but it's
bad, sorry,
good. Thank you for being on top of GM Assistant. Like,
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so
Yeah,
before
I
that
just-
happens, though, like, yeah, how do Misfit? How do you react? Like this thing, when you touched it, it was like a live wire.
Yeah, I think maybe this is like maybe this like reconfirms my ill feelings towards Mitchcraft. Like I get the same kind of feeling that I got when I saw when Mitchcraft was asking me to hang out before. So
Oh no!
ah, and I like pull my
Yeah.
hand back and it's kind of burning.
Okay,
Yeah,
that looked
Patrick-
bad.
Patrick also steps back, and you can see his like atomic heart start to beat, like it just got an electrical shock and was kickstarted. There's
Alright.
some weird going on here.
No,
Is
no,
this
guys,
joking,
like,
KO?
stay back. This is like serious magic that's happening here, okay? But it's all for a good reason. You've got to trust me. But La Cucaracha, let's see your Pierce the Mask roll.
All right.
And you can see Kid Olympus is kind of upset. That green on his bar is on purpose.
I get +1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Wow!
Jeez.
All right.
I
So, yeah, what do you want to ask and all that good stuff? That was incredible.
That was a really good roll. Let me pull up this.
And you get
You
to
get
ask
3
three
of the
questions.
5. Jeez.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask, what are you really planning?
So he is. Let me see. How do I interpret this? Because you're piercing through. It's not necessarily him telling you. So let me think about this for a little bit. What are the? Give me the other questions too, so I can kind of think about them all
Okay.
in the group.
See, so I get 3. So what are you really planning? What do? How could I get your character to leave with us?
Mhm.
And let's go with. What do you intend to do with Beast? No, let's. What do you intend to do?
Okay, so the way that he's acting, you're reminded of when he was talking about his parents' divorce. It has something to do with that. Like, he's really kind of upset. He's shaken. This has something to do with his legacy. So you know that, like, that's not a lie. What was the other? What do you intend to do? You know that. I mean, his name is Kid Olympus. There's nothing Chinese about that. He's Greek and Chinese. So you know that you're probably thinking that this has something to do with his mother's side of the family.
Okay.
And then what was the third one?
Could I get your character to leave with us?
Let's see. Gosh, that's a good one. How would you? I guess the best way I can say is just to let him go through with it. What he needs to do. Like, that's the only way he's gonna. Yeah, that's the best way. Like, just let him do it.
Let him do it. Okay.
Yeah. So he says, "Look, I'm just supposed to sit here and meditate, and then I should be transported to another pocket dimension. It's it'll just take a little time. I just have to be calm. I just you know what? This thing hums too much. Like, I got to step out of the circle for a little bit." So he gets up and tries to step out, and he can't get out. It doesn't shock him like it shocked Misfit, but he's like, hey, I can't get out.
Yeah, that
What are you
Mitch-
quit kidding around? Come on.
Mitch set this up for you.
Yeah, Mitchcraft was the one who set it up. Like, where is he?
He also
Well,
acted like he didn't know that you were missing. So can we really trust him?
What?
Yeah, this is
No,
starting to
Mitchcraft
smell
is
a little
total-
sour.
No, Mitchcraft is totally no, wait, no.
And why wouldn't he tell us?
None of this
He
makes
He
makes
sent all
sense.
of us here.
Misfits
What? So at that, you hear a voice. Allow me to explain. I am Elder Eldritch, Mitchell's great uncle. So this older gentleman steps into view. Actually, he doesn't step into view. He blinks into view, along with Mitchcraft. Mitchcraft is not making any eye contact with any of you guys right now. So, yeah. What do you guys say to him?
We're
Craft, what are you doing? is this?
What the hell is this?
Wait, this is where they
Yeah.
monologue. Let him monologue.
That's a good point.
Well,
No, but I did want some reactions. So
No, that was in character.
Oh, also even better. Luring this one here was simple. All I had to do was promise him a second audience with the Jade Emperor, and with him captured, his friends were sure to follow. And at this, Kid Olympus just says, all right, this clearly has something to do with last summer. I'll tell you anything you want to know, but first, let them go.
We're not leaving without you, Kid Olympus.
Ha! You were but a means to an end, Kid Olympus. I see more than the default level of confusion on all your young faces. Son of the Spartan and Jade Tiger he may be, but a true synthesis of their powers he is not. Behold! You all feel a wave of vertigo as your perspective shifts. When the sensation passes, you see a vision of the halls of Olympus, with Ko kneeling before the Greek pantheon. The summer before sophomore year, I present Dionysus Tan, known to his fellow mortals as Kid Olympus. This is our latest champion? Poseidon scoffs. Surely you jest, Zeus. Potential champion. No wonder Ares declined attendance. Hera hisses. Apollo steps forth. Why is he here before us? Why hasn't he been claimed by the gods of his mother? Perhaps the Jade Emperor and his cohorts have higher standards when it comes to half-breed pretenders. You all feel a sharp pang of anxiety and anger. It's like you're feeling Kid Olympus's emotions right now. It's like you're there right now. You are totally there, you're feeling it. But then the vision fades into another. You are awestruck by the grandeur and majesty of the Chinese pantheon, once again feeling Ko's emotions as your own. Through his memories, you recognize the names of the deities accompanying the Jade Emperor. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, Zhao Jun, the Kitchen God, Kuan Yin, Goddess of Mercy, Guan Yu, God of War, Matsu, Goddess of the Sea, and last but not least, Feng Po Po, Goddess of Wind, riding her tiger. However, the elation you feel quickly turns sour as one by one, each of the deities turns away from Kid Olympus. With only the Jade Emperor still facing you, you feel bitter disappointment course through you as you hear the final words said to Ko. You are a greater disappointment than your mother. Begone! And the vision fades. You asshole! That was none of their business! Silence, product of a failed union. My true target is here! Shade, blood of Nilfax. You all feel a hum of power as Elder Eldritch's eyes turn to Misfit. My nephew had tried many times to take you beyond the walls of your warded school to no avail. It was I who suggested using a different approach. The sorcerer smirks, an open hand with gnarled fingers extended towards Shane. I know what you are and how you gained your gifts, Planeswalker. His hands glows with a sickly green as he gestures in a half circle that trails the faint light. Bow! Misfit, your blood feels like it's on fire. You are forced to comply to the command, but what is your reaction at this moment?
I think I'm struggling against it, but I drop to the ground and I I bow, my cape kind of.
I mean, you don't drop to the ground
drapes
just
over my
yet.
head.
You do bow though, so it's kind of like a polite bow, but it's all jerky because it's like he's controlling your blood.
You can see me gritting my teeth and trying to struggle against it.
His eyes narrow at your show of resistance. He does another half circle. Kneel! Again, the wave of heat scorches you from the inside out as you carry out the command, dropping to one knee, then the other on the hard stone floor.
What the hell are you doing, a misfit?
I will have his life, and with it, his preternatural power. At this, Mitchcraft gasped. Wait, Uncle! You never said anything about killing him! You know what is at stake. We cannot falter! At this, KO yells, Hey! So, I don't know exactly what preternatural means, as it never popped up on one of my SAT Word of the Day calendars, but judging from context, it's gotta be similar to supernatural, yeah? So, what about taking my bracer instead? Made by Hephaestus himself. Crazy magical and blessed by the Olympian gods. Elder Eldritch glances back at KO and scoffs as another sigil blazes to life. Ha! I have no need for the divine when I can command the diabolical. Child of Mephistopheles, I bind thee. Do my bidding. Destroy all before you but the blood of Nilfax. Alright guys, this is serious business. Add 2 to the team pool.
Oh boy.
You guys are unprepared. I'm going to be moving tokens over because this demon is in between you guys. And I'm going to make them real small. Oh, no one move tokens just for a second. We got to do it. There we go. Okay, you've got this massive summoned demon. You've got Elder Eldritch, Mitchcraft, and Kid Olympus is stuck. So, before you guys get into a fight, I'm just curious. I mean, what are your reactions, your heroes' reactions to just everything that just happened?
Angry. I am very angry right now.
Same.
Absolutely. Like, Shiloh just absolutely feels like incredibly pissed off for Kid Olympus' sake. First it was just the absolute rejection, and then it was, being this betrayal.
Yeah.
And
that was personal stuff. None of you guys were supposed to see any of that. Like,
yeah,
that was just, like, right into the heart of Kid Olympus. I mean, you can see he's not crying, but his eyes are, like, wet and, like, angry. He's, like, bashing on this invisible barrier, like, you asshole! Get me out of this thing! So, yeah.
Cucaracha is definitely angry because that was personal, and she has her secret, so she understands things not wanting to be broadcast. Mm-hmm. And then she's kind of hurt too because she didn't know that Kid Olympus, of course, had those problems. She thought everything was fine and dandy, so she's hurt for him.
I like it.
Misfit definitely took note when Kid Olympus basically tried to sacrifice something of value to him for Misfit's sake. So, like, he definitely has gained more respect for Kid Olympus than he had before.
Yeah, he doesn't want anyone to die, and so, yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that. Yay!
Megaton definitely, like, she feels a little bit more for, like, Kid Olympus than, like, she used to after seeing all that. But right now she's mostly worried for Misfit, who, she's moved a little bit closer to him, especially the fact that they made him bow. She's pretty pissed off about that.
Right.
Am I still stuck on the ground? Is that still a thing?
Oh, yeah. So he's still trying to pin you to the ground right now.
Megaton would be going over to try to help him up, I guess.
All right. Well, I mean, it's... Yeah.
I know she that kind of instinct to try and go to somebody, even if you can't, like maybe she tries to put a hand on him and he obviously can't move or something.
Right.
But
no, that's perfect. You're right. That would be. I mean, it's her love. So good
exactly.
One. In the meantime, yeah, this demon, he is going on a rampage.
I am going to use my move, Been Reading the Files, and I'm going to try to see if I can assess anything about this situation.
All right, let's see it. Oh,
This move is useless. I have no clue what is going on.
yeah, this is all magic. You're like, whoa, this
Your
is...
mentor did not prepare you for this.
Yeah.
Remember,
right.
roll protect. We've been supposed to be marking potential for all the failures. I forgot. Oh no.
Yeah.
I actually haven't rolled a miss yet, so not to jinx it, but
You got
Hello.
3. I marked 3 potential.
All right. Aside from that, anyone else?
I mean, I've got an idea for an opening move, but if we're doing before battle stuff, no.
Before battle, Lucky starts to summon some little roachy babies.
Okay.
He's getting them ready.
Yeah. Patchwork immediately sees the beast, and this is what he's made for—a monster to fight other monsters. So,
Alright.
he immediately sees this and goes, "Want to give him the good old 1-2 tuck?" And goes to leap for the thing's face.
All right. I'll make him a little bit more to scale. He's not that much bigger than you guys.
Oh, thank God.
I know.
On that note, you want to do a fastball?
Sounds good. And I pick up Tuck, and I'm going to throw Tuck at his face.
Wait, at the demon's face?
Yeah, at the demon's face.
Okay. I mean,
Actually, aiming at the elder.
Elder. Got
Tuck will
it.
say that,
He,
yes.
like,
yeah, because I just want to make sure.
yeah, he switches like a cannon. He just goes, "Oh, okay," and literally just moves a few
Rotate 15
degrees.
degrees, yeah.
This tuck
And-
empty.
So I'm just going to throw him at Elder. Would this be a basic attack? Directly engage a target?
You're engaging a threat using
Yeah,
tech. But yeah.
Yeah, directly engage a threat. So this would be using a team point. And you said instead of just getting a +1,
You
we
don't
get
have
+2.
to use it just now, though,
And roll
because
and
you can
see
always
first.
put it after the roll.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Let's see if... Here, let me roll it first then. So this is Danger then. Just 0.
Nice.
So don't need to spend it then.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
what are you gonna do with the roll?
So resist or avoid their blows. So yeah, I don't want to get hit by them.
Okay, so let's
And-
say this: you are trying to throw Tuck. The demon is going right for you, and it misses. And it's actually trying to get both you and Tuck, but you're able to throw Tuck before the hand can get this. And maybe just for like some cinematic flavor, maybe you actually catch the demon's hand, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, you're pretty strong too.
Yeah. So and then we're going to take something from them, and it's going to be his concentration from
Yeah!
trying to take those.
Nice, nice.
Nice. Okay.
I am
so-
hoping he's getting a monkey to the face here. Because Tuck and Roll are kind of, rolled up together in a ball, but right before they reach, they break off, and it's just...
Ah! Ah! So he's like, yeah, the monkey in the face, and Tuck is in his face, and he definitely loses concentration. So Misfit, you are no longer locked down. So what condition do you think you guys put on him? I think angry.
I was going to say probably angry. I don't think he would be afraid or insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah, angry.
So you've broken his concentration with Misfit, but remember, villains get their moves in reaction to what you guys have done, and so you see him like kind of do this little spin, and he's drawing sigils in the air, and you see more things coming out of that demon portal. So 1 second here. You start to hear something. Do 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 do. You see 3 imps flying out of the portal. Alright, that was his angry move. But he does have a condition, so good job. They're carrying little weapons, and they look like flying monkeys, actually.
Would
no.
Tuck and Roll be in front of Eldritch now?
Yeah, I'll move him over. I'll just wait until we resolved all that to make sure.
Yeah, they're
Or in front, I guess.
yeah,
There.
they're flying all over the place and chopping and biting and just being general nuisances. And give me 1 second.
Basically.
Update Ultrasols. Shit. Okay, you guys should see a little bar on him. He's very angry. And actually,
Yeah.
Mitchcraft also has a condition on him. He's
Guilty?
looking really guilty right now. He didn't. You heard his reaction. Like his voice went up an octave. Like he didn't know that this was all about killing Misfit. Like what? He didn't sign up for that.
It's never a condition of our arrangement.
All right. So, I think the focus should be on you. I mean, you got in his face, but now you get to actually kind of follow up on that.
Yeah, alright. I mean, my goal is to distract him, but honestly, right now, being right there, I think I want to try and, comfort support Mitch, I think is what it would be.
Oh, so you kind of like pivot, roll is like in the guy's face. Maybe he's like holding on to his beard.
Yeah, he's on his staff, tugging on his beard, he's got his tail wrapped around the end, he's just causing problems, and just using this moment to kind of roll over to Mitchcraft like, look dude, this is gonna look really, really bad, but you have a chance to turn this around and play the hero. Help us out.
Okay, let's see it. That's going to be,
All right.
sounds like influence.
Okay.
And I'll give you, because he's guilty, you will get +1 forward on that.
Okay. Let's do that. Oh, come on.
Oh,
Well,
no.
That
Oh,
was
by the way,
very
there's
bad.
a flat roll that you can do on the sheet itself. It's
Oh, I forgot it adds
yeah.
the +1 in there.
But yeah.
Oof. Alright. Yeah, no, that was just a bad roll.
Okay.
Wait, were you rolling influence or?
Let's do
Influence, yeah.
Oh, I thought that would be a comfort. Okay.
It's kind of toss-up because he's a NPC, I don't know where he's in the fight.
Actually, yeah, I could. It's not really comfort, though. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's more
That's
of a
fair.
guilt trip him. Like
Would it be
influence.
pierce the mask?
Or provoke, but it's
Well,
not
that would
really
be a
threat,
separate thing.
so.
To like,
Yeah.
you know, just with the role play that Tuck did, that was more of an influence. But there is
Yeah.
Pierce the Mask available if anyone wants to do it. While you have imps flying all around you, trying to pull at your hair, and this demon that's kind of in a little wrestling match now with Patchwork. All right, who's up? Who's gonna do something?
I'd like to try and break free of the hold. Maybe it's an unleash my powers kind of situation. Just kind of like try and retake the control of the demonic blood that I have.
Oh, okay. So in other words, like keep him from like trying to do that to you again. Got it. Okay.
Oh, am I not trapped on the ground anymore, or
No, because remember, they're distracting him right now. They broke the concentration.
oh, that's right. Sorry. I'd like to actually get over to Kid Olympus and try to dispel the whatever's holding him there, if possible.
Right. That would be unleashed for sure. Like
Okay.
it's very. You saw how that thing reacted to you, though. So I'm
Yeah.
actually going to give you +1. Like you were kind of the antithesis of that particular sigil.
Cool. And like maybe I learned something about what it is when it hurt me in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So this is what happens. You break it, but it's going to take time. So it's not going to happen in this round, but it'll happen in the next round. But describe what you do and how it looks, the colors and the feel.
So I fly over and I just kind of get close to the sigil, the markings on the ground, and I extend my palms and kind of light green, ghastly green energy comes from it and starts to emanate towards the markings.
Mm-hmm.
And I just say, hang on, KO, I'm going to get you out of there. It's just going to take me a minute.
Oh, maybe you like work on one specific spot and you tell him, punch here!
Oh, cool. Yeah, like specific little glyphs and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so you've kind of like, maybe this whole thing is this actual, it's too bad I don't have an animated GIF here, but it's all rotating with various sigils and whatnot, and you actually cause them to stop and start to break one down, and now Kid Olympus is punching at it and like trying to break out of it. So nice. Okay, next up. By the way, you've got an imp that's like trying to get at you. Actually, I'll do that. So this imp is tearing at your hair. Actually, no. We will switch the spotlight just for now. I love that move though. Next up.
Cucaracha is going to go after the imp closest to her. She's going to do like a back handspring into like a karate kick in the air, just trying to kick it away. Can she kick it towards the imp that's on Misfit? And like knock him out of his way?
That's kind of far, but let's say this. If you get like a full hit, absolutely. But not on a partial hit.
That'd be unleash your powers or directly engage a threat.
Directly engage a threat.
Okay.
All right. I mean, you guys have a team. You could turn that into. Oh, you've got 3 team now, right?
I think we do.
yeah.
Yes, we had 1 to begin with, and then we get 2.
So if you want to you take that imp and knock it into the other. If you have a teammate that can help with that.
Do you want to use the team now, or do we want to hold on to it just in case?
I think we might.
It would take
just saying,
2, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it would need to. I would be okay with holding on to it, just getting 1 imp out of the way.
Okay. All right. So you got that hit, and how are you going to trade blows?
You said it has weapons, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine as I go to kick it, it hits me with its or
It's got a little
taunt or
dagger.
whatever
Well, it's a
it is.
sword, but for you, it's a dagger.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
It's
it's
a
like
souvenir.
They're actually kind of cute. They have little angry faces, but they're actually kind of cute, angry. So
There's almost a soft spot in Cucaracha's heart for it. She's just like, oh, no one loves you like I could, but it definitely has to get it out of the way. Let me pull up the journal.
until it stabs one of your roaches.
Oh no! So I'm
just
gonna
like
say,
imagining those little roaches from Wall-E.
oh, that's cute. Can I say resist or avoid their blows? That way I don't get hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, that's what I want to do then. Yeah, just
Alright,
kick it out
so-
of the way. It doesn't have a chance to stab me.
Ooh, it doesn't stab you, but I'll say that instead of you, it stabs one of your roaches. One of your roaches sacrificed itself. It takes
Poor
the
baby.
it takes the dagger, but then the imp gets knocked back and it's like no. It's like and like knocks into the other imp. So for right now, they're not going to do anything. They're not. Well, one is actually really hurt. So yeah, I'll mark this one. Got hurt pretty bad. But the other one is, yeah. All right, next up.
I just wanted to say, I did before the fight started. I did been reading the files, but now I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to provoke the summoned demon, and in a way, I'm just gonna do this rash action, and I'm going to Shiloh sort of like takes their hoodie off and just like sort of swings it around like a matador. In like really, really bad Spanish, they just like sort of like run over here and just like yell, "Toro, Toro!"
Oh boy, okay.
And this would be superior. Let's see how this goes. 12 full hit.
Nice.
Wow, all right. So I'm just curious, so what's the plan here? Like, what are
Right now,
Roswell's actual powers? I wasn't clear on that.
For powers at the moment, it's more so of a provoke someone instead of like actually trying to attack.
Oh, no. What I mean, though, is that, just...
What happens after they're provoked? in
Yeah, because
Roswell's
this thing
mind?
is like a super, like... Patchwork can take a direct hit from a summoned demon, but, I mean, what is... What are you?
I want to give somebody else a critical opportunity.
Got it. Okay.
So you're just running now and hoping that someone else takes a shot, kind of thing.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
incredibly brave. I mean, this thing is like... yeah, okay. All right. Just want to make
And
sure.
I would say, does this remove my insecure condition?
You know what? Sure. I mean, this is like crazy. But yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'll take it.
But yeah, it's turned to you. And
Absolutely.
it's trying to bear down on you, so it's completely turned its back on everybody else.
Absolutely. Perfect.
So,
Fine.
I have an idea. I have two very big teammates in terms of the general mass. Would either one of you like have gravity changed on you so you'd get turned into a cannonball and basically have like all of your gravity just tackling this demon?
Absolutely.
Just don't crush me this time.
I think that would totally be in Megaton's playbook. Like, because she's tiny, she could just curl up in a little.
Absolutely.
maybe
Okay,
she,
well, I'm
like-
gonna
I mean, it basically happened once with the kitty.
Yeah.
right.
She smushed the fluff.
Exactly. So
Now I get to smush the buff.
That was good.
I'm gonna do you, Megaton, instead of Patrick. I don't want to have round 2 of what happened last time in the middle of combat just yet. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
You've got +1 on this from
Straightens her goggles before you toss her.
Yeah. Alright, so what would this be roll-wise?
Unleash.
Unleash?
I would
that
think.
makes-
I would say
Unleash
actually
or-
it's more like because the book is really pushes to not use Unleash if you can use anything else, and I would say this would be more directly engaging a threat. But it's
Okay.
just that with the fiction, the trade would be with Megaton instead of you, sort of thing.
Gotcha. Okay, I
That makes
will
sense.
roll engage.
But these things are like variables, so in other situations, kind of the same move might be unleashed. So yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I think like maybe like an unleash would be if I was trying to do multiple people at once, or like.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I will roll danger then. And you said I had a +1. Is that correct?
I like the music like right now, like right before your attempt here. Ah.
Oh, it
Okay.
doesn't. It says that
Can
it
multiple-
didn't add the modifier.
Multiple people can add team.
Okay. Hey, Megaton, you want to help?
Did you have a
Because
minus?
he's using you.
Oh, 1 second, guys. Did you have a -1 on that, and that blocked it out, or did you not add the modifier?
I
Or is it a
put in the
condition?
modifier.
Oh, did you do like
Check.
+1 instead of just the 1, or?
Oh, you know, maybe
It's
that's
just-
it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a
the
9.
modifier is 0, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's-
I had the plus symbol. I forgot that that's how this works.
So you've got a 9 there. Did you guys want to change that into like a full hit or not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Patchwork is like under the summoned demon's feet, tripping him up, trying to get him to fall, that sort of thing. So it'd be easier to mess with him than
I
it would
like it.
normally.
Okay, so you've tripped him up. You gave +1 to that. Megaton is dropping on this thing, and Void is doing his thing. Actually, I shouldn't be describing this. You guys describe it.
Yeah, so, Megaton, you feel like this. I don't know if you've ever, like, maybe she's, gone skydiving or something, but you just feel this rush of air as your I guess, the force of gravity is just completely changing from down, or what you thought was down, to your new down, which is to the side. And you just go careening into this demon. You react immediately, right? And you just sort of ball up. And then, I guess, Patrick trips up the demon, and you just land right into the demon's face.
Nice.
Yeah, it's probably an amazing feeling to Megaton because it's not like she gets to feel like she doesn't have much mass very frequently. So flying through the air is pretty awesome.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. That was Void's move, with kind of this whole teamwork thing and throwing you into it. So before you go, I'll actually give you a follow-up move right after this, but it's Void kind of throwing you as a weapon. So Void, what are you, like, your decision at this point? You've got a 10. What do you do with that?
So we're gonna do a surprise the opposition,
Okay.
because I don't expect that this demon creature was, I don't think the demon creature was expecting all of this all at once, and to be suddenly smashed in the face. And secondly, I guess this would be creating an opportunity for my allies, for Megaton and Patrick, to sort of lay the smack down.
Alright, so I'm actually saying the demon's a little insecure. It's like, breathing fire and doing all this cool stuff. It just got tripped. It looks really stupid. It was trying to chase after somebody. You throw someone else right into its vase. And yeah, it was not expecting that. So
I'm gonna say, to add a little bit of flavor, that as the demon, just like crashes to the floor, Shiloh just like sort of like slips their hoodie back on and just like does like a bow, just like sort of just to like mimic, or just to like poke fun at this huge demon that absolutely just fucking killed.
Okay, I like it. You got some other options there though with the 10. What else did you do?
You only picked 2.
Oh, okay, got it. So Megaton, you're up.
This opportunity for Megaton, she'd want to actually grab the demon by the horns, nothing on the ground, and either just kind of like, if he's super heavy, just kind of like flop him back and forth, just flop, flop, flop. She might not be able to toss him like she did the cat, but she's gonna try and just kind of beat him into the ground back and forth a little bit.
All right, I like it. Because of the surprise, you got +1 on this roll.
Hey. So that'd be direct engagement, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I got +1 because you just barely did it.
Nice.
So let's see. You just pick 1 with that, right?
Yes.
8. So I say maybe she gets hurt by the horns, but at the same time she, ooh. No, that's probably too bloody for PG-13. Never mind. This definitely frightens the opposition a little bit as this 5-foot girl is flipping the demon like a pancake.
All right. It's super strong though, and it clips you. Take a powerful blow.
That's the first time I've rolled that. What do I roll for that? That's at...
So you roll conditions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh, uh-oh. So you're gonna have to choose.
Sorry, just this part's new to me. Flipping back and forth for picking the powerful blows. That is
Yeah,
in the
so
basic
moves. It's the last one.
Just choosing one. I mean, I would say that she struggles past the pain, but marks to. Oh, or sorry, this is hard. This part's hard. I would say that she would just start like cussing up a storm, and maybe if she's near a misfit or something like that, that would. If she's lashing out verbally at and obviously in pain, maybe that would influence him.
Okay, she's lashing out at her love though? Why would she lash out at her love?
Oh no, okay, so that's the person that you're lashing out at. Okay, never mind then. Sorry, I thought that meant just that lashing out verbally in general.
You're just so pissed. You're like, why aren't you helping me?
No, I don't think she'd be there yet.
I mean, if you don't want to roast Misfit, I'm fully here.
No, she could.
But I mean, does that really? I mean,
I don't think it fits. I thought I took it. I interpreted it as something differently. So I think that she would just struggle past the pain, and would mark 2 conditions.
okay. And by the way, Shane or Misfit brought up a really good point. Make sure that your character sheets actually have your modifiers.
Yep.
My modifiers were there, but they weren't. There's boxes next to
Yeah.
them you have to check, and I didn't realize that at all. And I don't know why the boxes. Like, why would you put the modifiers in and not have them apply? I don't really understand.
Yeah, it like basically allows you to like edit them when they're unchecked. Like,
Gotcha.
If you like forget to like check them.
Oh.
Yeah, it hasn't been adding my modifiers at all.
Nah.
And I
Yeah,
think
so-
I saw that Void Royal was the same way.
Uh-oh.
Gotcha. Yes, thank you.
We'll just chalk it up to junior
good.
heroes on their first mission, so we can't
Session
retro.
2.
Yeah, we can't retro any of those roles, but it also means that potentially some of you guys got some XP for, so
Hey.
it all works out.
Yep.
All right, so you took 2 conditions. Which conditions did you take?
Definitely angry, and I think a little hopeless because like she does not like getting physically hurt.
Okay. I would actually change that to afraid. I mean, you're actually on top of this. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you've ever faced like a demon before.
Well, I guess that'll work.
Yeah, because I mean, you're like right on it right now, and yeah, you surprised it, but this thing is super strong and super angry. All right, next up.
So, you tell me if this would be either a directly engage or unleash your power. But as this thing is on the ground, Patchwork grabs its leg and starts to try to spin.
Oh, I mean, that's directly engaging a threat, but just with flavor on it. So, I mean, you would be
Okay,
damaging
yeah.
it, but you could also
Yeah.
add some more stuff to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes, well, hold up a building for I could hold up this thing. And he is going to try to spin and throw this thing.
All right, I like it.
So, danger. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that you can throw it wherever you want to throw it at the moment. You're not going to completely take it out, but you can move it where you want it to go.
So, can I throw at Eldritch?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to throw at Eldritch. Let me choose. So I'm going to frighten the opposition
Okay.
and resist or avoid their blows.
Okay, because you were going to take a powerful blow if you did do that. So, all right. It gets another condition. So you were throwing it at Elder Eldritch. However, Tuck and Roll are kind of over there. Tuck and Roll, what are you guys doing as you see this demon come flying at you? And actually, Patrick, did you yell anything to them? Like,
Yeah, he would be like, Tuck, you better roll.
all right. So,
I mean, I think you just, roll dodge out of the way and hit the ground as the demon and all the horns kind of go flying over the two of them into Elder Eldritch.
yeah, I'll say in this case, the book is kind of specific about not using defend for yourself.
Right.
But I think in this case, it makes sense because
It's kind of versus another PC. He just
exactly. Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and do that then.
And I'm going to...
Ooh.
I think I only get... Oh, never mind. I didn't do anything.
Look at that. So this demon goes flying, and you completely dodge it. How does that happen?
Just some good timing, really close timing. He's jumping, dodging out of the way. Similar to, I picture Aladdin a lot with this for the animations, but when they make sure they don't get crushed by the rolling building, and just perfectly positioning themselves as the demon's like spinning and flying over so they don't get hit by it.
All right, nice. You knocked him so hard he's away from his speech bubble. So, yeah, let's segue right over to Tuck. This went flying over, you dodged, and you've got a follow-up move. What do you do?
Oh boy.
Oh, by the way, it's a new round, so Kid Olympus has broken out of this thing, and he is mad. I'm trying to think what he would do. Well, you know what? He would see the big thing, so he's going to fly over here to make sure that this thing is kept busy. So anybody targeting the demon gets +1 ongoing. Is Kid Olympus helping you out? I'll keep the demon busy! And God... Oh no, he would say God damn it. He'd be, God darn it! Mitchcraft, you betrayed me! You suck.
Alright, on that note, I think Tuck's going to see this opportunity, go over to Mitchcraft, and he's trying again here. Look, man, you got us into here. You can get us out, right?
But it's my great uncle.
Dude, I hate to speak ill of other people's family, but your great uncle is a dick.
No, you don't understand what we're trying to do. It's for a good cause. Like it's so much bigger than all of this. So he's all confused. But let's try another influence roll.
All right.
Unless you can flavor it another way. Oh, was that it? Oh no, that was the previous one. Okay.
No, yeah. This would just be the flat roll.
But you do have +1 on him because the guilty.
Yeah. Wow, I rolled the same both times I've tried that. Alright. Guess it's just not happening.
Oh man. Do you guys have enough team to make it happen? If you guys yelled into it, it's up to you guys.
We have enough.
Do we have enough to get you up to a 7?
I mean, we do.
We have
I'm just
4.
trying.
Yeah, 2 people have to explain how they help with this roll to make it happen.
I could absolutely do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty nearby. I could probably just be like, Shiloh, you know, just like sort of like walks nearby, and he's just like, Shiloh's just like, listen, man, right now it doesn't matter what's for the greater good. Right now, if your uncle manages to kill us all, what else is he gonna be able to do with this amount of power?
No, you don't understand. It's just he just needs Misfits power.
And that makes it better.
All right, so Roswell put the +1, and Patchwork, it sounds like you're trying to add something. What do you say?
Yeah. Kill a misfit makes it better? Weren't you trying to become his friend before all this?
That wasn't a lie, Misfit. I wanted to be your friend, but then all of you rejected me. I just wanted some friends.
Being lonely does not give you an excuse to try.
Elder's yelling. He's like, they will never be our friends. Family first. Family first. But Mitchcraft, he is feeling super guilty, and he's like, I'll help you escape. Go now. All right. So, how do you guys evacuate?
Where do we evacuate?
You see him drawing sigils, and he's creating another one of those golden portals.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Patchwork stays behind until everybody else gets there, alongside Kid Olympus, making sure these guys can't get back up until everybody's gone.
Okay.
Misfit, you go through first.
I was actually
You're the
going to
one
say, Misfit wants answers. Like, Misfit wants to go up to Eldritch and, like, be like, what do you know about Nilfax? Like, Misfit's needs some more information before he goes, I think, unfortunately.
Ooh, it sounds like someone might have to convince Misfit to go right now, because you can tell Mitchcraft is really straining to keep this portal open right now against his Elder's wishes. So who wants to try to... this will be one of those PC versus PC moments.
has influence over
Listen,
him.
buddy, like, come on, like, we can ask and try and figure this out for you, but you are the one in direct danger. Get out.
Alright, so it's going to be you do have influence over him, so...
I do. Where's the generic roll button?
What's the move here?
It's
Someone?
Influence. But I think that there
Influence,
might be a -2 because it's PC versus PC. So let me double check that. Do.
Is it? I thought you can spend your influence to put a -2 on a roll after the fact, but I didn't remember if there was a flat penalty.
Yeah,
I think
no,
if it's PC versus PC, then it is a -2.
Right. You are correct.
Is it? Okay.
So I roll.
Oh, actually, so sorry. It's the other way around. So you were trying to use your influence to get him to do something. So now it's actually his choice. Misfit, do you accept or do you try to resist? But, you know, everyone's kind of like yelling at you to get it, like, we gotta go. He was trying to kill you.
Yeah. This is so important to Misfit.
But
think
also, like, it's everybody's lives.
And we can try and figure it out for you, too.
I'm just trying to... Yeah, I guess Woodrow is my best friend here, so I think that that's enough to have me be like, God, alright, I'll go. I'll fly towards the portal that he's creating.
Oh, the portal's gonna be over here. I'll just move you guys that way. So
the roll that I make?
No, that would be
is-
his role to resist if he chooses to resist.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And let me just double check something, because yeah, it would be if he chooses to reject. But yeah. So in other words, you're taking advantage of your influence over them, and so you're trying to get him to do something that you want. And I'm pretty sure it means that. I'll double check something later. I don't want to hold things up. But yeah, so in other words, he accepted. All right.
The full
rest of you
details are on
guys.
the peripheral moves tab.
The rest of you guys, just describe how you guys are getting away. And remember, Kid Olympus has legendary speed, so he has no trouble, like, pushing against this thing and then running back with everybody. Like, no,
Yeah,
I can't miss my exam! Please tell me you guys are lying!
Yeah, Patrick Behemoth is the last one to start going back to make sure that the summoned demon doesn't try to follow him, nor does Elder Eldritch.
La Cucaracha storms up like a storm of flying roaches, and she just kind of centers it over the demon and the elder. So it kind of like distracts them. So everyone's
Yes!
in the way.
I love it! That's great! He's like, ah! Vermin! Ah!
They're everywhere. It's disgusting.
He hates roaches, oh my god.
Alright, come on, guys. Let's get out of here. I'm running towards the portal.
Alright, so Mitchcraft is like keeping the portal open, and he can't move though. Like, all his concentration has to be on the portal, and he just says, go, 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 get out while you can.
I
What
run
about
towards
you?
the portal.
Nope.
Are you going to be okay with your granduncle?
Please believe me, we tried to do this for a good purpose. One day I'll explain.
Yes, just stay safe.
Ah, traitor! Everything I've done for you, Mitchell! Ah! And so you guys rush into the portal, but you can see this fireball engulf Mitchcraft.
Hero's kind of getting to like Snobcraft.
Alright, you guys enter the portal, you see Mitchcraft getting hit by the fireball. Any reactions when you guys see that? You don't actually see him burn apart or anything like that, but you do see the fireball hit him.
Just worry, cringing.
Worry, and I hate to say it, but secretly like a tiny itty bitty shred of relief, because now La Cucaracha's secret is safe for a little bit longer.
Oh!
Snap.
Yes. So, just out of character, do you mind if I tell them?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, so he knew the secret because he traced the roaches back to her with his magical powers. So, but he never
At
told
least
anybody.
Snitchcraft was not Snitchcraft.
Snitchcraft,
Exactly!
exactly.
You guys should feel terrible. The only way that well, you're probably wondering, I mean, he was so rejected, didn't have any friends, and
We
so he was,
ditched Mitch.
so he was
Mitch.
influenced by his guardian. But
don't think-
anyway, you guys
I don't
get
think
through.
Misfit has much sympathy because he pretended to try to be my friend just to get me within his grandfather's reach. So I'm not very stoked.
Oh no, that came later. He said, "No, it was real at first." But
Doesn't take away from what he did.
that's true.
But I wanted answers. I didn't want him to die. I hope he's not dead because Misfit wants, he wants more answers from him because that was like, he felt like he just missed a big opportunity to find out more about Nilfax.
Yeah. All right. So you guys get through the portal. You saved Kid Olympus. He's like, "No, I've got to have more time for my exam." Where the heck have you kids been? Finals week is over. You have a lot of Kid Olympus. A lot of explaining to do. But before you do, I have 2 words for you. Two. Summer school!
Oh.
Like, he hears all the no's and goes, oh yeah, no. How could this happen?
Alright, so, you guys missed all your finals, except for the first ones. You were absolutely in summer school. And, you have the purgatory of redoing everything over the summer. Good job. But you did save Kid Olympus, so well done. Yay! And we come to the end of Mass Halcyon High Session 1, Making the Grade. Well done, guys.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh,
Thank
what?
you, Tommy.
That was
That was-
amazing.
That was good.
Thank you.
Hope you guys like the end theme.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not
absolutely.
gonna explain this to my parents.
Hey,
Yep.
this
I
is...
like the song.
Yeah, no, Patrick has just come up on top. He wanted summer school. He wasn't going to seek it out, but like, he wasn't verse.
Misfit's probably indifferent. He's probably fine taking summer classes.
You know, maybe he was the only one that was going to get it anyway. And so now it's like, hey,
Yeah, fair
everyone
enough.
is with him now.
Hey, we got friends.
That's true. So, yeah. End of session. So, you guys have some options here. And let's just go through the list. I mean, whoever is ready, talk about... Oh, I needed to update some tokens here. Oops.
No worries.
Alright, so whoever's ready.
I'm gonna go say, and I'm gonna grow onto my own image of myself, and I'm gonna shift the label of mundane a little bit up, because I think after, despite it wasn't a very big part of the session, I think Shiloh does realize that they really do need to be a bit more empathetic and you know, a bit more responsible as a role as a hero, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Makes sense. Okay. So, next.
I'm going to grow, I'm going to also grow more into my own image. Over the course of the session, Patrick really embraced his inner monster a little bit. He couldn't defend anybody. That was something he definitely noticed, that every time he tried to save somebody, it just didn't work out. But while every time he tapped into his inner aggression, that's when he truly shined. So, while he doesn't like it that much, that he feels like he's growing, tapping into his more aggressive self,
Mhm.
he wants to be able to use that to continue to save people in the future. So, I'll be putting danger up by 1
Mhm.
and mundane down by 1 because I've just grown more monstery over the course of the session. I used Be the Monster on civilians to get them the wrong way,
Right.
which
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. All right, next up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Megaton would be growing closer to the team, especially with Void Wheels. But yeah, I'm not gonna pronounce that properly. Using her as a cannonball and just having a bit more of the teamwork. She's always felt a bit more of a lone agent, and this time she's kind of come together. So I think Void would get potential.
Okay.
Or
So one
influence,
thing.
right.
Oh, go ahead. You were saying.
Oh,
you
I
were
just
saying-
said potential instead of influence. Void would get influence to Megaton.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. And you're going to mark potential instead of clearing a condition, right?
I think so.
Okay. So that's one thing. The conditions do persist in that you're still feeling guilty or angry, or you'll have to kind of
Actually-
deal with those later.
Well, I think that actually maybe it would clear her being afraid, because if she's becoming part of that team unit, that in character makes a little bit more sense of, okay, I've got people have my back type of feeling.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
So I'll clear the afraid.
All right. Next up.
I was thinking that we just kind of saved my pal over here, so I was gonna say grow closer to the team, and I think Misfit already has influence, though.
Yeah.
So I would actually say, just back to Megaton, because of that sort of combo as well. So yeah, I would probably give you influence, and then I would clear a condition off of myself. I think that he's feeling less guilty. He still feels a little hopeless because he's not fully in control of everything, but he feels less guilty because he was able to, be a little bit more useful in the end, help people out.
Very useful. All right. Next up. And actually, for people who've gone, I'm going to move your tokens just to the right a little bit, just so we have a visual representation of that. All right.
Misfit, I think he's going to grow closer to the team. Particularly, he's going to give Megaton influence over him. It meant a lot to him that when he was being forced against the ground by the manipulation of his powers, she kind of came to his aid, even though there wasn't really anything she could do at the time. And instead of marking potential, I'm going to clear the insecure mission. I think that even that act made me feel a little bit, more in tune with everything.
Nice. All right. La Cucaracha and Tuck.
Tuck's going to grow closer to the team, and I think in this case will give influence to Misfit, because there was a lot of revelations there in a sense, and feels a bit of a protector role toward him now. If for no other reason, he just witnessed that. And I don't need any clearing conditions, so I'll mark potential.
All right. Well done. And last but not least, La Cucaracha.
Oh boy. I think she's going to grow into her own image. just because seeing what happened with KO has kind of made her realize that it's okay to not have everything together, because nobody else does either. So, I think I'm gonna shift up Freak and shift down Superior.
All right, cool. And before you guys go, please go to the hero roster, and there's a mission log tab, and just put your details in there, because I can't get XP until you guys actually mark down how much you made, and then I get the average.
Okay.
And I hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun jamming this, and
Oh, that was so much fun.
Heck
It really was.
Absolutely.
and I hope you like the little comic book with Kid Olympus. So that was some commissioned art from a while back.
Yeah, that was amazing. Where do you find all these artists?
Friends of mine.
Was
I think my favorite image that I've had done for me, like, ever, is Kid Olympus with the Chinese Pantheon. When I got that back, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks
Oh,
so
that is
great.
so good.
beautiful, yeah.
Mhm.
Very true to genre too.
Yeah.
The theme
Absolutely.
is just on point.
And I was like, I have to find the perfect music for this. I am going to look high and low until I found that one clip that worked out. But yeah, so you guys did a great job. This was kind of, a little bit more, how do I put this? Because we were just starting out, I wanted to keep things pretty focused. But I did enjoy what you guys put in with the role play and the different. I mean, there's so much potential in this system, and I really, really like it a lot. So I hope you guys will join us for next week. And I think that Tuck is actually going to GM. Is that still up?
Yep. Don't know what yet, but I'll run something. I have some
Awesome.
ideas going,
Yeah.
but nothing solidified yet.
Perfect.
So I'll probably do another doodle for the Times in the next couple days.
Yay, cool. And I get to play. I can't wait.
Yay!
Yeah. It's been good playing with all you guys, but I have to go.
Yep.
Sorry.
Catch you
Good
later.
game.
Have a good night, everybody.
Stay safe.
Likewise.
Right.
I'm going to cut the recording here, but I'll stick around just for some aftercare with stuff and any questions. But catch us next week on Mass Halcyon High.